Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Week 8, 13-game main slate on DraftKings. We actually have what should be a pretty awesome Sunday night game between the Cowboys and the 49ers. Waiting to hear on the status of T. Higgins. Got a couple guys who might be in, might be out. Jaden Daniels, questionable for this game. If you're new to the stream, we're going to hang out. We're going to hang out. We are going to run a bunch of sims. We're going to set our season-long lineups. We're going to answer some start-sits. We're going to set our DraftKings cash game lineup. We're going to do our absolute best to find some shippers today. Let's get into it. It's Short King Summer, dude. It just feels like no one in fantasy sports ever learns anything. Does he mistime it, or is Brock Bowers just a grown man? Brock Bowers is just a grown man. Dare I say, Rich, football might be back. In the words of Lane Johnson, this offense looks constipated. It's Short King Summer. All right, guys. A little behind this morning. Again, solo parenting my dogs. This weekend, my wife, 2 weekend trips in a row. So I don't even know. What are people playing in cash games on DraftKings.com? I do have all of my games reserved as far as I know. We are locked in to our games, not necessarily locked in. Let's see. What do I have for cash right now? So what I have for cash right now: Joe Burrow, Breece Hall, Devin Achane, Tyreek Hill, T. Higgins, Jalen McMillan, K. Dot, and Javonte Williams. So probably not going to play that. Probably not going to be doing that. Man, we got a lot to get into today. Thoughts on pivoting from Breece to Adams? I hate that. Really don't like that at all. So it probably means it's good. Probably means that it's good. GM. Jake thinks this is the week that we print. Buddy, boy, do I hope so. Kyle, don't be mean to Dean. Don't be mean to Dean. I've known Dean for a long time. Dean's a good guy. Don't be mean to Dean. All right, we're going to start this week with the lo-fi music. You guys let me know when you get sick of it. You gotta tell me when you get sick of it, and I will switch. And let's pull up SimLabs. Let's do something different. Let's start with SimLabs this week. What game is the game to stack of the main slate? I mean, it feels like there are so many options. Baltimore, Cleveland. These would be my candidates. How about this, Cameron? These would be my candidates. Baltimore, Cleveland, possible. Indianapolis, Houston, possible. Green Bay, Jacksonville, possible. Arizona, Miami, possible. Philadelphia, Cincinnati, less possible without T. Higgins. Much less T. Higgins. Much less without T. Higgins. So that's 4. And Chicago, Washington. So that's 5. That's 5 games. Yes, the Dobbins. Man, the Dobbins thing. Okay, I lied. We got SimLab. Well, actually, let's see how many. Because these are different projections. Let's do single entry. And let's see what we get with Dobbins here. Okay, advanced. Whatever. Let's just run it. Let's just run the vanilla settings and see how much we get. Single entry results range low, very low. I prefer very low. I don't know about you guys. Yeah, don't forget, if you are playing on FanDuel, Dalton Kincaid is literally $4,000. How much Dobbins? Oh, I meant to run 150 or 100. Can I do 150? Yeah, 150. GM, Dan. GM. This is taking a while. Okay. Exposures. How much Dobbins? A lot of Dobbins. 23% Dobbins. So more than Javonte, more than Pollard, more than Jacobs, more than Henry, more than Kamara. A lot of Dobbins. A lot of Dobbins there. Now, where's the Dobbins theme really coming from? EstablishTheRun.com. 18.79 points. It's 6,900 DraftKings dollars. Got to be honest, that's a lot of points. All right. Have I excluded anyone? No, I have not. Have I altered anyone's projections? I certainly hope not. Small field ownership. I don't think he gets steamed up that much. I actually don't think that Jordan Love gets steamed up that much. Yeah, I give you. I mean, that's kind of the question of the slate. Yeah, I give you permission to play A-Chain and Hill. Oh, all right. Let's see what we got here. So I've already maxed the main battle royale. The dog bowl will fill. The wildcat will fill. If you guys are wanting to play some high stakes, we've got Da Bomb might not fill. So that's interesting. Maybe someone remind me if we get to the end of the stream and it's looking like a good bit relay there. But pile into that. Yep. Overlay. What else? Fullback dive will fill. Onside kick might overlay. 2K to first. 45. Well, no, that'll fill. Make sure you guys have done your Deposit Kingdom entry on Underdog if you have not yet. I don't think it'll over. Jay, my look after that is that no, it's not like DraftKings. It is drafts. So you draft your daily slates. I didn't max, but I don't have very much. I don't have very much Jane Daniels. Let's check my exposure tab. 2.7%. So not enough Jaden Daniels. I mean, honestly, he's gonna get 17 rush attempts against the Carolina Panthers. So it feels pretty straightforward to me. And sir, you can deposit. You can get. What's wrong with my sound, bros? Is it still messed up? I'm getting my mic is. It's showing that my mic is good. I think my microphone fell into my sweater. Okay. So SimLabs wants us to jam Breece Hall and Devin A-Chain and Dobbins. Gotta be honest, SimLabs, I'm not fucking with 32% Yoshi Boss. Me personally, not gonna do the Yoshi Boss thing really. Maybe a couple. Wow, Fred, you found me. You found me, brother. Like, doesn't Yoshi Boss just seem like an awful play? Yeah. They must just not have. In fact, let's go check at the Rotor Grinders value wide receiver projections. Broncos. Okay. My guess is that I'm gonna really disagree with these wide receiver projections on both from Cardi and from the blitz or the. So I agree with this. This is actually done right. Yes. See, this is what I think Jalen McMillan and Cedric Tillman should be like Jalen Coker was 10% owned last week, and Cedric Tillman is going to be less owned than Jalen Coker was last week, bros. This is a Brian, you want to come on? Brian, if you want to come on and argue with me, I just sent you the StreamYard. You don't have to, but you can if you want. The StreamYard is in your Discord DMs. No, he's definitely not a lock in cash. He's not the reason why Tillman is over Judy is because he's 3,300. Tillman is 3,300. Judy is 4,700. I mean, just so here, let's go over the solver. I'll show you guys. I mean, it's insane. If you do Tillman and you do Kate Otten, and I don't know, what's the cheap defense du jour? The Falcons. Let's call it the Falcons. You have 6.8K left per lineup slot. So let's do, just theoretically, let's do Caleb, and let's do Jamar Chase, and let's do DJ Moore. Let's do Breece Hall. Let's do Javonte. I mean, look at that shit. Look at that lineup. Look at that lineup that I just made. Look at that. Caleb, Breece, Javonte, Tillman, Jamar Chase, DJ Moore, Kate Otten, Devin H. and the Falcons defense. Like, here, let's just sim that in a random contest. Let's sim that in the SPY. That right there, I mean, just a smash. That team right there is just a stone smash. And you can do that with anyone. The thing that is interesting is that you can do that with anyone. You can do that with Jalen McMillan. You could do that with Sterling Shepard. You could do that with Yoshi. You could do that with Jake Bobo. You could do that with Elijah Moore. Like, the list goes on and on and on. I think the roster construction is so simple today. I mean, that just feels like automatic to me to not fight that. Let's look at the base Roto Grinders projections and see what's different. So they like Yoshi Voss more. They like Palmer more. I forgot Palmer. You just wheel around those 6 guys. Who to start at flex? Olave, I think, sir. I mean, how do you flip the build though? Okay, how do you flip the build? How do you flip the build? Cheap running backs. Here, I guess you could do this. You could do Chase Brown, and then you do AJ Brown. Oh, you do Tyreek. Lamar's definitely viable. I mean, I probably won't do it, but he's definitely viable. I don't honestly like. Who the fuck do you play in cash at quarterback? I don't know if I can stomach B Knicks. No, you could play Chase Brown. You could play Chase Brown. Chase Brown is playable at under. Rashad White is playable, I think. Okay, that's it though. That's it. What's up, dude?
Hey, buddy.
What are you not busy solving world hunger in your Sims this morning?
I solve world hunger by playing Madden, Davis, not Sims anymore.
You take no pleasure in it.
But I take no pleasure in it.
Here's the thing. If you really want the people to respect you, you're gonna have to start playing Ultimate Team.
I told you I tried and I couldn't figure it out.
Well, that I think that's a good challenge for you as an adult.
Couldn't even figure out how to upgrade a player.
It is impossible. And every year it gets more and more complex. I'm not playing the FIFA Ultimate Team version this year, and if I loaded it up right now, I would be lost. I wouldn't know what to do.
I mean, I kind of like the idea of everyone has kind of the same team, in theory, because when you play, because I use the Bears, strictly the Bears, and they're god awful, right? And when you play the Ravens, Derrick Henry they truck stick every single Bears defender on his way to the end zone. So I mean, I kind of like that idea, but yeah, you said it's like 10 grand or something to get a good team. It's like I'm not.
Well, I don't know if it's the same in Madden Ultimate Team, but in FIFA Ultimate Team, yeah, you would have to spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to get really high end team. It might be different in Madden.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. It's too late for me, Davis. I think I'm punishing these youngsters enough already. So
you're probably playing against other boomers, though, is the thing.
Probably not. They're probably not as young as I'm making it out. But
yeah,
I doubt they're as old as me. Like it's probably it's kind of embarrassing. I just I got the bug for some reason right now. I think I'll be done in like a week or two. I made it into the top 20. I think that's probably probably
we got to get you to be top 1. What is the ladder system? Is it based on points? Like how is it done?
Yeah, points. So if you win, you get points. If you lose, you lose points. But like I think you get like a few more points for taking the Bears, like taking a bad team.
Oh, sure. A difficulty adjustment.
Yeah, and then opponent adjustment. But everyone I play against is lower ranked than me, basically, right? Except for when randomly one of the guys above me is online at the same time.
What are you doing this morning, man? I haven't seen you in the chat before.
I got I took a risk today, Davis. I got caffeine in my coffee.
You drink decaffeinated coffee?
I drink decaffeinated everything. I gave up caffeine like a year ago, but I didn't want to give up coffee. So I was like, I'll just get decaf coffee.
So you're just wired right now.
And oh my God. Yeah, because like I gave it up because like I would get like, I don't know if this ever happens to anyone who's listening, but like you get like the like jitters or whatever, like it's like anxiety almost. Mm-hmm. Like once every 4th time or something. Like I used to drink Monster, like 2 Monsters a day, coffee in the morning.
Oh, sure.
Everything with caffeine in it. And so like I'm like I got those jitters, like, and like it'd be hard to fall asleep occasionally too, and so I'm like, I'm just gonna go cold turkey, and it helped, but like now I'm kind of breaking the rules, and I am jacked up.
Have you already ran all your stuff? You already know how you're gonna win today?
Nah, I'll do it after this. I saw you go live at 9:00, and I went into your chat. I'm like, I was going to compliment you. I was like, man, the hardest working guy out here. And as soon as I log on, it goes, Cardi's projections aren't right.
Oh, well, this actually, it would be a good conversation topic to have with you, because I've been saying this all week and I haven't had someone smart enough to debate me. Well, not debate, but just to play counterfactual. Mm-hmm. So the way that Cardi and Leone and all these people are doing projections for the Browns guys and the Buccaneers guys specifically, the projection, the way they do it, and the number that they arrive at is right, but it's not representative of reality. So like the way, particularly for the Buccaneers, basically everyone is middling Trey Palmer, Sterling Shepard, and Jalen McMillan. But we have a lot of knowledge of this Buccaneers offense and Liam Cohen, the play caller, that he doesn't call plays that way. It's going to be one guy is going to be the top guy, the second guy is going to be the second guy, and the third guy basically is not going to exist. Like if you look at the third wide receiver on the Buccaneers this year, which was McMillan, then was Sterling Shepard, or if you go back and look at the Rams guys when Liam Cohen was the play caller, the third guy gets like nothing. The third guy gets like 8% of the targets. But the way everyone is doing their projections is like, well, it could be Jalen McMillan as the guy. It could be Trey Palmer as the guy. It could be Sterling Shepard as the guy. It could be Kate Otten as the guy. We don't know. So the projection is quote unquote right, but playing it straight up is wrong to me, I think.
Yeah. It's interesting you say that, because I actually talk about something similar in a video I did on the website. It's like super important to understand what is actually going on. And I wasn't trying to plug, but what's going on in the projection.
Everyone who comes on in the morning, I like whenever someone comes on, I let them plug their stuff. Like Wiggins came on, we plugged, which video should people watch?
Go down. I did. It was one of the earlier ones I did. You have already tip open. Maybe how to use ownership. I can't remember. I think you scrolled past it already. It's probably the how to use ownership one. But anyways, the idea is if you're going to use someone else's projections, you got to know what they're doing, like best you can. They're not going to tell you everything, right? I'm assuming because they don't want to give away the secret sauce. But you got to know what they're putting into it, and then you can adjust on top of it. But if you don't know what they're putting into it, like you might be double counting, you might be, putting something in that they already have in there. So like yours is like a real no ball example that.
Well, it's also a no projection because I know how projections work because I used to do both seasonal and daily NFL. Like I guess I can't speak to Cardi. I don't know all Cardi's inputs, and I'm sure Leone's inputs are different than they were when we worked at Daily Roto together 5 years ago. But I would bet my bottom dollar that if I opened up whatever the fuck they have over there at ETR, I could be like, okay, I know what is going into this projection right here. Not saying I'd be good at it.
Right.
It's so funny. Projections are so funny. I was definitely like a league average projector when I had to do the entire league. When I had to do the entire league for Sunday, like I'd be okay. I did it with Drew and Mike and Pacheco, and not that my projections were bad, but I wouldn't say I was like the goat at it. What I'm really good at is this specific thing of being like, I know what the projections are doing and I know how they could very likely be wrong.
Well, I mean, that's a real profitable skill, honestly. Like that.
Well, theoretically, it's
theoretically. I mean, Skolansky bucks, right? Yeah, you might be able to cash in a few of those. I mean, that is what like Yuta does, right? Like not in all sports, but a lot of sports, he takes their projections and adjusts them based on his no ball stuff. So, my adjustments are more analytical, like not analytical, but like what would the word be? Like you can things you 100% know they're not putting in there. I'm not going to say what they are, but for sure they're not putting X, Y, or Z in there, and then you can adjust the projections based on that. All right, I'll give you an example I used at the beginning of the video. So, like, let's say you had projections from ETR, FanDuel, and DraftKings. That's all you have. You can't do anything else. You only have those two things. What would be a good idea to use on DraftKings? Like what projections?
The FanDuel projections.
Or I'm sorry, vice versa. What would be good to use on FanDuel? It would be the DraftKings projections.
Vice versa.
Because you have like the 100-yard bonus, right? Already baked in to the projection set, which is kind of like a little ceiling booster, right? And if you just use the DraftKings projections on FanDuel, you're going to get a different player set in your optimizer or sim anything than you would if you just use just the ETR FanDuel projections, right? And because
that's so I've been thinking about this. I'm gonna like try and play a little bit of NBA on Underdog this year, and so like what people do is they just download the ETR projections and then they just order them in. So something I'm thinking is like, so I'm a partner with Unabated and they're doing projections now. Like, well, I think if I just upload their stuff, I'll be different enough and also directionally accurate enough that my teams will be pretty plus EV.
Maybe.
Theoretically. Maybe not. I don't know.
Maybe. I would guess the edge right now in BRs for NBA is just the combos, but the over ownership of the ADP anchoring. So like whatever player, I'm trying to think, like Giannis or somebody should really be owned like 87% of the time, but he's 100% drafted in every single draft. But then you just multiply that times, the 10 or 12 different players who shouldn't be drafted as much as they're being drafted.
Sure.
I mean, because the NBA projections are pretty good, and there's not a lot you could do compared to DFS in a
Scrolling down in basketball, you can give up, like, like in football, like here, I just pulled one open because we're talking and I got time to do it. So like great example would be Mark Andrews as the tight end 7 versus Sam Laporte as the tight end 11. You're actually probably gaining points in projection doing that, but also gaining loads of ownership. You cannot do that in basketball. One, because there's no positional stuff, but two, I mean, basketball is just an iterative game. There's no equivalent of a touchdown in basketball. So you just are giving up way too many points.
Yeah, I think that's right. And we did a whole uncorrelated series. Well, I mean, I hosted and Dan did his solver studies and stuff on uncorrelated drafts, and you can't get nearly as fancy. There's not. I mean, like for example, like when McCaffrey was going number 1, not so much this year, but like 2 years ago, whenever he was going number 1, and people would fade him because it's McCaffrey, he gets hurt, blah blah blah. Yeah. I think you remember. Yeah, I'm sure you remember that.
Oh yeah.
Like in an uncorrelated sport like basketball or PGA, like the solver will tell you basically never do that. Like the only reason you would ever do that if you have some inside info that the field doesn't have. But you're never doing that to get different.
You want to do I just in honor of you, I'm going to do a Caleb Williams double stack.
You're in the second round. Are you taking it here?
Third round.
Let's get the combos up.
This is the Wildcat. I've already maxed the main BR.
Oh, okay. I was gonna do some. Is the BR still open, or is
it's gonna overlay a little bit, I think.
Oh, good.
I think the combination of people being broke and NBA coming has meant that it's not going to fill as fast anymore.
I think they were pushing it too, right, to keep it at 50K.
Yeah, I mean, it really shouldn't be. It's probably better as a $5 contest. Like 50K to first is awesome, but it is probably better as a $5 contest, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the 50K, but 7 is a little much.
I mean, it was a little much for me because my 2 worst weeks of the year came when they made it 20% more expensive, which I didn't love.
So we could review some of the combos from our show. Like what?
And see if they changed.
Yeah, because remember, like Drake London was a big one.
Yeah. So Brian, I will see in the results this week, but I very consciously have been trying to avoid some of those combos. So I hope that you did not have me avoiding the nuts.
It might be the nuts, but you might. I mean, you still shouldn't do it. It's like, Davis, if I have aces and you have kings, you shouldn't shove on me, even though the king comes on the river and you stack.
That depends on the spot, Brian.
Did you stop playing? Have you haven't played poker in like a decade or something? Did you forget all that?
I have not seriously played poker in 2 years, 3 years, maybe.
It's been 13 years for me.
I played online a little bit during the pandemic. Yeah, is the caddy going to have anything for best ball PGA?
Yeah, I think it works for PGA.
Yeah, there you go.
Don't quote me on that.
Don't quote him on that.
Sure, yeah, you can upload your custom ranks and overlay whatever. There won't be all the ownership stuff though. You
playing cash on DraftKings this week, brother?
No, God, no. Are you?
Oh yeah, I always do.
Yeah. Well, you have to, kind of.
Yeah, I have to. I mean, it's been a barely profitable endeavor for me because people are so bad at it. Not a big edge this week.
Okay, let's have you guess before I show the answers.
Okay.
Okay, so we had Drake London. I remember that was a big one. With, you know what? It's kind of not fair, honestly, though. Like, it seems like everything on our show that we talk about does affect. This is going to sound cocky, but it feels like it.
No, it does. It gets 2,500 views a week, and there are I guarantee not every person. 70% of the people who 150 max BR watch that show.
Okay, so one of them definitely changed. One of them didn't change. So Drake London, who's his highest comboed teammate?
Saquon Barkley. If I'm looking at ADP, right?
He is not. He's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 or 10.
London's number one counterpart. I couldn't guess then.
Derrick Henry.
Huh.
Yeah. So this week you don't want Henry London shares.
Well, maybe you do.
And the two guys we were okay. Let me do the aces example again.
No, so because aces and kings, the probability. We don't know the ownership. We don't know the optimal probability.
Well, we kind of do. We kind of do.
We kind of do. I think we directionally know it, and I think we can directionally guess that the most owned combo of two players you probably don't want, but the fourth most owned Drake London combo, maybe it's fine. Maybe it's even being underdrafted. Yeah, and to Purple Yoshi's point, 16% of 16%. It's pretty low number of combos overall.
Yeah,
isn't it?
That doesn't. That analogy, I'm gonna get a full argument for that for next Thursday.
Okay.
I have to. It doesn't work the same way as BBMs. It's not the same thing. But let's talk about. I'll just grant it for now. And we'll talk about it later. So the two guys we had was Gibbs and Hall with London. This is I think who we were.
Yeah.
We're battling because you kept saying it didn't matter.
Well, I just didn't really want London at that cost anyway.
Oh no, you were taking him. I was saying don't take him, and then you would star him up and stuff. Maybe you're just fucking with me.
Oh, I kept starring Gibbs because Dan Stuff really wanted him, but I have less than the field of London, so the field has 16.7%. I only have 14.3%.
So one of them stayed, one of them dropped. So one of them he's still super highly correlated.
I was thinking Henry Bowers was the number one.
Yeah, that's up there. We don't have the 3-player ones yet, but he Bowers is 1, 2, 3, 4 is his 8th highest.
I've got a ton of Henry this week. Henry's a really good BR play this week. Not so much a good salary cap DFS play, but he's really good in BR.
Yeah, and I feel like I need to say this every time. Like I have no player takes. So I'm not saying Henry's bad. I'm not saying London's bad. I'm not saying Gibbs is bad.
Do you think you'd be a better or worse player if you did have player takes?
Worse. Yeah, probably worse.
Huh.
The only reason you would have player takes is if you put the time and effort into it. And so why? I mean, that would make me worse unless I put the time and effort.
You watch football.
Yeah, but red zone, it's not.
I think, by the way, the ownership stuff is fascinating this week. Like we get it in like the third round, you get into players who are not 100% drafted. That's very uncommon.
Yeah. Yeah, it's because there's no wide receivers this week or something.
Yeah. No, like Diggs as wide receiver 6 should not be 100% owned, like at all. So the field is playing correctly. There's also a really interesting thing that Jane Daniels is going to play, and he spent all week not getting drafted. So I think a right thing to do this week would be pile in a bunch of drafts here on Sunday morning.
Yeah, so we have him projected at 13% ownership. So
log in. I mean, because he should be 100% owned, really. So
right. Yeah, or whatever it is. Yeah. What is how many QBs are? Let me see here. So we got.
I mean, I
Allen,
think
Jackson.
we've got 20 quarterbacks getting drafted this week per the caddy.
There's only 5. Wait, that's wide receiver. There's only 5 wide receivers getting drafted 100% of the time.
100% of the time, yeah.
2 or 3 QBs.
Probably 6 running backs, 3 tight ends.
Yeah, wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 exactly. Yeah, if you count Gibbs, is almost 7.
I know.
Oh, your
Michael's
boy's
got
up there.
Kareem Hunt.
Yep. H-An too.
Yeah. I might not know projection, but I do know draft. No one can ever say I don't know draft.
Okay, Mr. Noah's draft. Highest combos. So, long story short, they did change since Thursday, but I would it's fine. Like you could have drafted on Thursday with the combo info and probably made a few Skolansky bucks off it.
Yeah.
But the top combos now are all the top 3 are stacks.
AJ Brown and Hurts.
Number 1, what percentage?
28.5%.
Well, no, it's way higher than that. But
I thought we did the math and it wasn't as high as we thought.
No. Dan had the equilibrium at 37%.
Okay.
And
Jesus
we
Christ.
had the projection at 39%, and it's gone up. So 44 basically.
Yeah, I'm comfortable saying you just should basically never draft Hurts with AJ Brown or very few. That combo is so non-unique.
So, but I'm fine with that. But like what the equilibrium strategy would tell you there is it like basically doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. So you could do it, you could don't do it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, this is actually a really good point that you need to be cognizant of. The content, there's a lot of entries left to be drafted, and Daniels is going to get drafted in a ton of those. So it's not as significant.
Yeah, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Sure.
Yeah. Are you sure he'd be 100% drafted? Is that like definitely?
I mean, every week he's been in the pool, he's been 100% drafted. I guess this week is different because it's a 13 game slate, but every week that or maybe not week 1, I don't remember, but every week he's been, I mean, because he gets projected for 25 points. Like,
so
here, let's see if ETR has him in. ETR might not have.
Let's just grant that you're right.
Yeah, he's the second highest projected quarterback on.
Okay, yeah, so he definitely would be very close to 100%, if not 100%. Yeah. Like use a DFS example for people is imagine who's like the best DFS player this week. I haven't even looked.
Tyreek Hill.
Okay, Tyreek Hill. Imagine if 80% of the field was barred from taking Tyreek Hill. That's basically
you'd really want to take him.
You'd really want to take him, and that's basically what you're getting in BRs for Jaden Daniels. So it's a no-brainer.
I would not play Jake Bobo on FanDuel, and T. Higgins is not going to play, and I wouldn't play the Seahawks defense. So basically start over.
He's in a private contest. Okay.
Yeah, this guy sent me an email. He's in like a contest against he's like in a contest against like a bunch of his buddies, and he's not winning. And
and you probably can't take Burrow if you're not playing Higgins because Higgins. Well, you got Chase. I guess.
You could play Chase is fine, but
Chase is fine.
Actually,
Chase, it's probably better.
Yeah. Yes. Jake Bobo, I would say this week, he's my gold star. Don't play this guy as much as the optimizer wants you to play.
This is where like I think I said this before you even started your YouTube channel. Like this would be it's so perfect for you. Is these type of questions because Davis is the ultimate preference guy. He has his takes. He will give you an answer immediately, which is great because that's what people want when they're doing their home league or whatever. Like, should I do this or this? Just
my channel is big with the home leaguers.
Yeah,
big with the home league players.
Yeah,
I love.
Yes,
which I love.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like that is my bread and butter. I've been playing fantasy football and home league since I was like. Yeah.
I'm going to my team right now to see if I have any questions to ask you.
Is T not playing for sure? It sounds pretty doubtful. On FanDuel, I would play probably I don't know the salaries as well. I would play Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown probably. I have some Marvin Harrison Jr. In BR, quite a bit actually relative to the field. Zach Moss, Adunze, Tillman. Tillman is
what did he want to
my
see?
guy.
Marvin Harrison Jr. I can tell him.
Yeah, pull it up. Here, I'll take him right now.
Oh,
the libs are just getting owned left, right, and center, dude.
So
I wasn't even gonna do any BRs I wasn't even gonna do any of these this morning.
Yeah, Kyler Marvin Harrison 4% combo would project it.
So that is so less than 0.001% owned or 0.01% owned.
Yeah, well, whatever. It's no, yeah. If it's a good low. I mean, if you like it, it's a good stack because no one's
Ryan in FFPC. I would do Marvin Harrison Jr. and Pitts. I would sit. Wow, I would really sit Jordan Mason, Derek. Hot take, but I would.
How can you answer these questions so fast?
Because I mean, I have rankings. Like I do rankings on the Patreon.
Oh, so you're already prepared.
So I already know, and I've also been drafting teams since Monday, so I have a pretty good idea of the sequential order of players anyway.
Okay, can I ask you mine then?
Yes.
Okay, I got 2 spots left. It's got to be wide receiver. Obviously, I think I know the answer, but Garrett Wilson, Malik Neighbors, or Debo. I get 2 out of 3. Or Brian Thomas Jr. if you.
Well, Brian Thomas Jr. would probably be the first for me. I think I do Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr.
Oh, okay.
Because Debo is still sick. Debo has pneumonia, so he might not play, or he might not be like last week. He played 4 snaps and couldn't breathe. He got hospitalized after the game. But yeah, I think
I was going to go Garrett Wilson and Neighbors, but
I think that Garrett Wilson is going to get kind of pushed.
Devontae Adams
today. Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, would you ever start Mostert over White or David Montgomery? Rashad White.
Yes, I probably would start Mostert over Rashad White today.
Right now,
because it sounds like Bucky Irving is going to play. So you're looking at Rashad White in like a 3-way timeshare, and if he doesn't catch a touchdown, he caught 2 touchdowns last week, but I think he had like 8 touches.
All right, I'm doing it.
Now you get to feel what it's like to be a player take, bro. Because then you're gonna. Because
I outsourced it, so I'll feel no shame.
Rashad White 9.3 points on the underdog projections. Raheem Mostert 9.2. That is the ultimate player takes of just like confidently answering a question with 0.1% difference.
If anyone wants any combo projections, whatever, here I'll show it really quick.
Yeah, sure.
But, I'll search for you guys if you want. So like here's the Kyler Murray thing. Marvin Harrison, Kyler Murray. I thought for a second like we screwed it up because we didn't have Junior or something, but no, he's just that low owned.
Yeah, no one wants Marvin Harrison Jr. this week.
Yeah. So like this McBride, Murray is probably we have to ask Dan. That seems a little high, maybe. I don't know.
It's high just because those guys are not being drafted often enough. Like Kyler is only being drafted 18% of the time, and McBride is only being drafted 84% of the time. Now their occurrence is going to be incredibly high to the point that I wouldn't be surprised if
it's got to be, yeah,
something like 90% of the time that Kyler is drafted, he's with McBride. That would not be surprising.
It wouldn't surprise me either. I mean, which is why that Harrison thing is interesting. When CSV combos of your draft players, that's the one thing.
So that
he wants a CSV download,
so that it can track his combinatorial ownership. I think is what he's saying. Maybe I'm not understanding.
Got it. Okay, so he wants to upload his CSV and then get the combos just like the projected combos, but for his
Exactly.
sponsors.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's on the way. It's on the way. It's on the way. It's guys, this stuff. I still basically haven't made a penny on this damn draft caddy. Like it costs a lot of developer costs. So like, and then like Pete will want something, right? And so
and God fucking forbid the golden boy Pete doesn't get what he wants. I mean, God forbid that Pete fucking for 1 second doesn't have an edge on the field. I mean, this guy.
No. But I mean, Pete is, the whole marketing end. No one knows what the draft caddy without Overzet, right? So, we want him using it to the best of his ability.
God forbid I'm considered a marketing arm of the draft caddy.
Yeah, you are.
I mean, Pete does about 2.5 streams per week and calls it good. He doesn't even stream BRs.
He's that popular. Davis, if you want something on there too, you just tell me and then we'll put it on the list.
I don't need anything because I just fire. I am Pete is not a gambler. I am a gambler, and that's fine.
Because Pete thinks analytical just a little bit to change his strategy, and so he's not a gambler.
Pete is not a gambler.
He's a little bit of a gambler, a little bit.
A little bit. He is not, he was not playing, he didn't have a party poker account.
He's old enough to too, yeah. So maybe I wonder if he had a party poker account. He would have been
of like the literal perfect age to have a party poker account. He would have been young. He's 5 years older than me.
Party poker left in 2006, I want to say.
Okay, never mind. He would have been too young. He might have it might have been like his freshman year of college. He could have.
Yeah, because he's younger than Wiggins and KB.
Yes, he's 5 years older than
me. Which yeah, he may have been he might have been like an 18 or 19 or whatever. Yeah, we'll have to do the math. Well, I was just gonna do something though. Now I can't remember what was it. Oh, I got to change another team.
This is also not true. So I need to be very clear. I get this comment a lot. A lot of my YouTube comments are like, "Oh, Davis, you're such a grinder. You're always streaming. You're always." It's like, yeah, that is a different style. Like if I was really a grinder, I would be a lot better at math and at projections and at computers than I am. I'm not a top tier grinder. I really have never taken steps to get better at that stuff. And it really limits.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys can see it does really limit me as a player because I have to rely on Brian. I have to rely on projections. I have to rely on the solver. I don't have any of that stuff built on my own.
Yeah, I think a lot of that stuff, this is a take cast conversation, but I think a lot of that motivational stuff is super random. Super random. I mean, this is the dumbest example ever, but why would I start playing Madden 20 years later? It's just totally random. I saw some YouTube videos and I was like, man, maybe I should play again. And then I play a couple games and I get beat and I get pissed off and then I want to get better. And now I'm playing Madden fucking.
I mean, I like to get better and the thing is
it's just random. I'm saying the thing that it's like dieting.
Oh yeah.
Like dieting, we all want to be in perfect health. Yeah. Why some months are we better than other months, right? It's like super.
That's such a funny one for me because I work out really hard. I lift 6 days a week, super heavy, no fucking around. But I basically cannot improve my diet. There's just nothing that can happen that can improve my diet. Yeah, we can get back, guys. I am all down. Actually,
it was 30 seconds of a side. Chatting.
No, he means they want, because this is normally what I do, is normally I build my teams on stream. Normally I build the teams that I'm playing in contests on stream and test them.
Oh yeah, so, I really do like this, honestly, this part of your show.
Here, let's just do the top 150 stacks in the solver, and then we'll sim it in the spy.
Yeah, so this is good. You probably should change that up too, by the way, Davis. Are you trying to make like in theory, you're gonna try to make some tournament teams?
Yes.
Yeah,
Well, fuck.
so-
I'm not going to decide anything on cash until we know about T. Higgins.
So I would definitely do some sort of filtering process here. So like I would probably make like X amount of teams, so like 150 or whatever, with a decent amount of uniques, sim them, and then trim, and then build more. Can you build on top after you do that? Can you like
Yeah.
keep building?
So basically what I do is like, I know I'm not going to play a Herbert team. I know I'm not going to play a Lawrence team. I know I'm not going to play a Geno team. So I'll just start excluding those players so I'll run it again. And then I will basically I go through and I'm just like, well, that guy's over projected.
Okay.
That ownership projection's wrong. To trim it down. And then what I start doing is as I start testing by quarterback. So like I know I want to play a Jordan Love team. I really want to play a Jordan Love, Jaden Reed team. So I'll just start testing it by that.
Yeah. Okay. Good enough. Good enough. I was gonna say like, but just like if you did the top 150 teams, like that's not enough. Like,
oh no, I just like to test and see what, because some people will play this way more or less. Like they will just kind of play off the projections, and then some people are just totally playing by the balls. And to be honest, I don't really care about the people who are just playing by the balls, because if they were going to beat me, there's nothing that I could do against them anyway. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
Like if the balls guy has the nuts, the balls guy has the nuts. There's no stopping it.
Right.
So Brian, maybe this will be useful for you. 100% of the top actuals have Breece Hall. 88% have Tyreek Hill. 71% have Javonte. Kate Otton's got to be the worst play of the slate. Kate Otton, a $3,500 tight end in all these actuals, has got to be terrible.
Yeah, I cannot stand when my stuff gives me the shitty tight end like that, and it happens more than I like, to be honest.
You want me? I honestly I kind of hesitate to tell you no ball things because I don't want to fuck up your process.
No. Tell me. It's not Davis. I press buttons. It's not.
So there is a tight end who's less expensive than Otton, who's going to run 90% of the routes, and no one's going to have him because he kind of failed last week. Grant Calcaterra for the Eagles. He's just Dallas Goedert's replacement. He played 95% of the snaps, ran 90% of the routes last week, but the Eagles only threw 11 passes, so he just didn't even come close to getting there. So that is one of the shitters that I'm going to play today.
Okay, I could actually probably run my stuff while we do this, and then we can all look at it if you want.
So this right here, an example of a team I'm never playing. It's got a way over-owned J.K. Dobbins, the shitty chalk tight end. It does have Jalen McMillan. Okay, this team's. I'm not going to play this team, but this team is okay. I'm just not interested in playing Herbert and Ladd really as my stack.
You know, I think what's interesting about this is you could make 150 like chalk lineups like you kind of did, and they still show positive ROI. In NFL, it's actually believable just because there's so many people. There's so many
play so bad. Yeah.
Like, that shouldn't be the case in an equilibrium field.
Mostert and Debo, Tyler. Mostert and Debo for sure. Tell the Eagles to stop trying to make him happen. How many $3,200 tight ends run 90% of the routes, Zach? It's not my fault. Don't take it from me. Take it from Leone. Let's see what they're projected for. Kate Otton is projected for 10.9 points. Grant Calcaterra is projected for 6.69. I mean, that's a pretty big gap, but look at some of the other tight end shitters. You've got Hunter Henry projected for 9.6. Eric All projected for 6.5. Jatavian Sanders projected for 6.8. And these guys are all going to be owned a little bit.
I got another one for you.
Okay.
Jaden, you can start too. Jaden Reed, Amon-Ra, Tank Dell, McLaurin.
Reed and Amon-Ra.
Okay, that's who I have. All right.
For sure. Okay. So now I'm gonna do this because I know this is one team I for sure want to play. I for sure want to play a Jordan Love and Jaden Reed team. So I'm gonna optimize by 50% projection, 50% ceiling, run 150.
Is there any news we need to know, or could I theoretically start my stuff now and it wouldn't be?
Is T Higgins gonna play or not? That's gonna be a pretty big one.
And he's probably not, right?
He's probably not, but then you're gonna get a bunch of this guy Andre Yoshibas in your stuff, who I think is terrible.
Unless, yeah, because ETR has him out.
Yeah, this is also fair. Fucking Tucker Kraft getting 30 at 3,400 was really brutal.
Yeah, that was brutal.
These Jordan Love lineups, I was expecting them to look gross, but the Jalen McMillan just makes it all happen. The cheap wide receivers are really interesting this week. I don't think there's any chances Zay Flowers doesn't play. Sounds like he got a full practice on Friday. Sounds like he's fine. I think I might have just found. I think this team right here looks really good. Oh, double tight end. We'll see. Was not expecting to get any double tight end. Yeah. Have you, Brian? Do you play on FanDuel or do you just do DraftKings?
Yeah, a little bit. Well, since they've actually cared, have you noticed that? Like they're like caring about DFS again.
Yeah, I don't play on FanDuel at all, but I have seen this stuff.
Yeah, so I started again. I took friggin' third in the NBA yesterday or 2 days ago. Need to stop these alerts.
They did a classic FanDuel. Dalton Kincaid is min Sal. He's $4,000. Solver cost $20 if you use my link, Mason. How about that?
Wow.
A little bit of chill here on the program.
Promo code Davis?
I don't even think there's a promo code. I think you just literally use the link that's in my description and it gives it to you automatically. Flowers. You can't get Flowers is so fucking good. You can't bench Flowers for any reason, I don't think. All right. Sim this out. I'm going to guess that the highest sim ROI lineup is going to have K. Otten in it. Boy. I mean, like, I'm not playing this. I'm not playing Jalen McMillan, K. Otten, and J.K. Dobbins. I'm just not doing that. Oh, the link in the description is broken. Sick. Oh, you can copy paste the link in the description, but not click it. All right, so I should probably fix that. The secret is I just copy and paste the YouTube description from the last video to the new video. So if at any point anything had ever gotten broken, it's not getting fixed because I would have to go back like 19 videos to go and find a link that was not broken. Calvin, I just noticed this. What an Easter egg. Calvin Ridley just showed up in the top sim ROI lineup.
Oh, wow. Probably because, okay, so that's a good, what's his ownership?
4.9%.
Okay. That's a little higher, but that it's kind of like a good example of where you got to be careful with your contest sims and know what they're doing, what's behind the curtain, because in a small field that could be like a serious problem where it'll be like, oh, Calvin Ridley's only in one lineup in this 100-man field, and so it like just sims out really good. Where actually he'll probably be in 5 or 7 out of 100 or 3. Yeah. We don't know, but there's a big difference between 7 out of 100 and 1 out of 100.
The way I understand the solver and the way I've heard those guys talk about it is they say it basically should be like directionally accurate, but you should not take any of its results as gospel because it's a public facing sim. Like it just is not, it can only be so good.
Sure.
This lineup is pretty close to playable. I think Jordan Love, Breece Hall, Devin Achane, Tyreek Hill, Jaden Reed, Jake Bobo, K. Otten, Kareem Hunt, and the Falcons defense. I think you put Cedric Tillman in there for Bobo, and I think you're cooking. What's the highest Tillman lineup? It's the same lineup. So subbing out Tillman for Bobo cuts your sim ROI in half because Tillman is 17% and Bobo's 4% or whatever. I would go Dearness Johnson today. He's going to catch like 9 passes. He's going to get a bunch of checkdowns. Don't love that. See, I get to live test what some of the people in the field are doing because then the chat will tell me what they're playing. And these guys, they're going to love themselves some Cedric Tillman. Brian, do you have anything in your sims to account for Kansas City going full scorched earth because of what the Raiders did to Mahomes at their training camp?
I don't.
Do you have a button you can press for revenge?
The revenge narrative? No, I just have a birthday button,
A birthday button.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see if I can create something on my own for Jordan Love that sims well. Got Jordan Love, got Reed, got A-Chain, Javonte, Kareem Hunt, Tillman.
Who am I boosting again? Calcutta,
Grant Calcaterra. Just give him like an extra half point, in my opinion. Right. Why do we need the sim if we have to somewhat second guess the results? It still is going to point me in a better direction than me just going purely from the balls and trying to make good teams. I think certainly.
That's a really good question, though.
It is, of course, it's a good question. Yeah, you shouldn't just be taking this stuff all at face value. I think. Wow, I can actually spend at tight end in this lineup. How is it going to sim if I do Trey McBride? Oh, I don't even need to do this. I don't even need to play Jalen McMillan in this lineup. I can do. Let's do David Njoku, Jalen McMillan. I might futz Jalen McMillan's projection a little bit. I might give him a half point.
What's it like being you, Davis? Just knowing all this ball.
Well, I'm pretty poor, Brian. It's really the way it works. It's not really as glamorous. It's not really as glamorous as it would appear on the surface. Is there any way I can get Tyreek in this lineup? Is there a 4.4 tight end who's not well? Kyle Shits. Wow. This will give me 23% sim ROI, 26%. Pretty close. Wow.
Here's a little tip too, is like when you're using these, especially the post contest sims, it's kind of useful to use their projections for their solver, for their optimizer, and like try to get as high as you can using their stuff, and then adjust, like to make sure like your strategy is making sense, and then adjust projections. Because if you adjust projections off of them, you're automatically going to lower the ROI in their view, right? In their solver's view. Their solver's not going to know these changes.
Well, solver is just functioning off of this number, so I can change the projected number that it is thinking.
Okay, now, I mean, maybe they make this adjustment somehow in the back end. I would guess they probably don't, though. So,
all right, well, here I'll literally just test this right now.
Okay,
20.97.
Moving to 0.
I'm going to move him higher.
Or moving 100. Just make it extreme.
I can't do it in this. I have to tab over to the other fucking tab. Too late. I'm not doing that. Whatever. All right, I'll do it. I'll go over to the other tab and I'll give Jalen McMillan more points.
This is the type of stuff you should be doing if you're paying for someone's stuff.
Well, buddy, I'm not paying for any of it. I'm not paying.
Talking to the bro who was asking the question about.
Yeah. No one who watches this even buys anything from the affiliate because I just give away all the information for free. I just everyone's like, "Hey, will you sim this for me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, why not? Don't use my link. I'll just do it for you." All right, I moved Jalen McMillan. I gave him an extra point.
That's not gonna.
The cash team, I'm not there yet. I'm way behind. I'm waiting for T Higgins. As soon as when we get T Higgins in or out definitively, I will do the cash team. I'm gonna guess the cash team looks honestly pretty similar to this. It's gonna have Brees, it's gonna have A-Chain, it's gonna have Hill, it's gonna have punt wide receiver, probably gonna have Kate Otten. Don't know what it's gonna want at quarterback though. When's the last time you played NFL cash? When's the last time you played cash games, period, Brian?
Oh, not that long. I played a little Yahoo earlier this year.
Gotta do the Yahoo.
Yeah, it's. I'm telling you, those side sites used to be so juicy, so juicy.
Devonta, and Marv, Mr. Bailey. Yeah, so this is Brian. I don't know what your stuff is doing, but the funniest thing of the week to me is that Mr. Bo Nix is the highest value and the highest projected ownership quarterback.
I was just going to ask, do you think that ownership's right, the ownership projection?
I don't think it's right in tournaments because I just think people are going to have the same feeling that I do, which is like, Bo Nix might be a pretty good bet to get 18. I feel like he's a terrible bet to get 27. Yeah, I agree with this. I don't think it actually happens either. I think this is because, I assume the way that the ETR guys do their ownership projections is also related to the projection itself. You know what I mean?
Probably, yeah. I'm sure
that I don't know. I can't.
I would guess they
is
have some algorithm that gives them a number, and then they talk about it and adjust it manually.
Yeah. Okay. What was I in the middle of doing? Oh yeah, Jaden Reed lineups with McMillan's projection boosted.
What happened with the increase in projection? Did the ROI go up or down?
So I couldn't check it that way, but now what it's doing is it's replacing Jalen McMillan with Bobo and Yoshi. Yeah, so like it is higher. It is much higher now. Like Jalen McMillan lineups now have a higher sim ROI than they did
right
the last run.
Gotcha. Okay.
There you go. Because Cody is the one who does a lot of that work, I think. And he said the ETR guys said they already docked his projected ownership from the algo. I completely believe this. Here's a little bit of no field. The field wants to play Jameis so fucking bad. These sweaty virgins have been wanting to get Jameis Winston in lineups for so long, Brian. They are so happy.
DFS guys, have wanted Jameis for so long.
Jordan Love, Jaden Reed with McMillan. The thing Yoshi Voss at 31%. That is, I will not be tailing that. I will be playing Cedric Tillman or almost anyone else.
That feels right. I'm running my stuff, so we'll see what it says.
Give me, Brian. I need the nuts, man. I need a win.
No, I was hoping you'd give me the nuts.
I just gave you one of the secret keys of the slate, which is to play Calcaterra and some stuff instead of Kate Otten. Well, just the shitty. It like, I guess when it works, like with the Tucker Craft thing, it is unbelievably tilting.
Yeah, that was tilting.
But how many times in our life has the shitty tight end really made you pay?
That was the only time.
It's actually never happened before. You know what? I actually remember a very severe other instance of it because the guy went to zero so fast. You know Ian Thomas for the Panthers? So this is all the way back when Greg Olsen was on the Panthers. Greg Olsen missed the game, and Ian Thomas was like 97% owned, and he scored 2 touchdowns, like 2 1-yard touchdowns. I'll never forget it. Here, all right, Brian wants me to sim this one. I'm not tweeting, guys. I don't tweet anymore. I'm retired from tweeting. No more tweets for me. Too fucking tilting.
We're gonna have to ban this guy. He's got a girlfriend.
He's got a girlfriend?
Yeah.
All right, here. I will sim this one for you. It's going to sim awful. This is going to be negative 17% ROI. Love, Hunt, Javonte, Chase, Hopkins. I can just pretty much know what it's gonna like and what it's not gonna like. Reed, Jalen. There we go. I've got him for 11 now. It's flowing in. Chiefs D. And who's he got at tight end? Oh, Calc. Yeah, it's really not gonna like this. This is gonna tell you don't know ball. See, I don't know. Are people actually gonna play Yoshi over McMillan and Palmer? Because my sense is that people are horny for the negative -6% ROI.
Look at that flat ass.
Yeah, super flat distribution.
Slope. Yeah.
It's because Hopkins projects like shit and Calcaterra doesn't project very well. The thing is though, is the projections are going to be really horny for Yoshi. They're gonna really want you to play him.
Yeah. There's nothing you can do about that. Like if you're using a contest sim solver equilibrium strategy, like that's the high value projected guys are going to show up in all of them unless you like manually go in there and change something.
Yeah. People just people just love Jameis. A 29-year-old attorney in Massachusetts who's got a Jameis portrait tat in her upper arm, doesn't know him, just went to Florida State. People love this man. I agree with this. No, John, I think you're wrong. This is my gut as well. My gut is that Tillman's ownership projection is the most wrong of any one of the slate. That whatever he's projected for, it's way too low. Here, let me just sort by ownership. So Yoshi's at 31 and Tillman's at 17. I think you can almost swap those. I think people want to play Tillman so bad. He had box scores last week. When you have the combo of cheap price, had the box score, Jameis Winston, pass funnel matchup, the Ravens like allow 1 billion passing yards to everyone. It's all that direction. We literally have people who have crab legs tattoos in the chat. That's how much people love Jameis.
He's really revamped his image, huh?
Yeah, people hated him. Hated him.
They don't.
I mean, absence makes the heart grow fonder, and we haven't really got to see him play.
And I mean the laptop thing. Remember back in the day, the youngsters might not remember.
Oh yeah. No, it's so true. It's so true. No, the Sims do not always jam stars and scrubs. The Sims just do what the numbers say.
No, not if you're using a good one.
Yeah,
and this might be good. I'm not.
I think
this guy now.
I've been getting a lot of these spam. I think that means my stream is making it. I've been getting a lot of these spam comments.
Yeah, because you have over 400 people watching.
Beautiful. No, that's great. I love it. And I have subscribers only turned on. So that means they have to subscribe to the channel before they spam. So it's beautiful. Yeah, we're up. I already have like 15 new subs this morning.
Oh, nice.
Dude, I'm way behind. I've not built a single team yet.
Build it up. My Sim's running. Oh my god. 319 seconds to do one field. It's a lot of games. Is there any buys this week or no?
No buys, no London game.
That's why it's taking so
13
long.
games. It definitely could be Eric all season. Yeah, it's probably just 15 new bots.
So
the thing is Jamar Chase is the gold star play anyways. I am not playing Jermaine Burton. Jermaine Burton is not going to get the ball today. I would love for him to, but he's not going to.
Yeah, maybe in Madden, but not in DFS.
All right. Let's see. All right, let's just get the spy out of the way early. Let's just do the spy first. Okay. Small field spy. I'm going to play Jordan Love, and I'm going to play Tyreek Hill, Cedric Tillman, and Jaden Reed as my wide receivers. I'm going to play Breece Hall, Devin Achane. I'm going to do Calc as my tight end. Man, I kind of want to try and get Njoku. Let's do Jalen and Njoku and see if we can get anything. It might not leave us with a good flex. It's probably not going to leave us with a good flex. Who's the cheapest defense that's playable?
I just answered Chris's question. 21%. Reed and Henry.
There you go. I have Anthony. I have 2 Honda Accords on Jermaine Burton in best ball. If he scores a touchdown today, I'm taking it as a win. I'm taking it as a win. Yeah, Winston, you could play the opposing quarterback against him. No fucking problem.
The opposing defense, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah, easy. All right, so Njoku's not going to work in this one. So let's do Tillman.
Actually, that is a fun game stack with any Winston type of stack.
Oh yeah. Brian, you probably never watched the Gilcast, do you? Have you ever?
No, yeah, sure. I've watched.
So what are your thoughts on Nate doing these crazy like 4 team stacks? Like he'll play like Brock Purdy, Jordan Mason, Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, and the 49ers defense. Like he plays these crazy onslaught teams.
Yeah, I heard you guys talking about that.
And, it's basically all we talk about every
What's
week.
the field size?
Small. So he's doing this.
I like
he's doing this in like the small spies.
Now, I know Nate tests stuff. He's in our.
He's a real computer guy. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm betting he's testing this stuff. So.
He's definitely testing it.
Yeah. I kind of like it in small field. Yeah.
Let's do
large field. Probably a mistake.
Yeah.
Depending, obviously, right?
Damn, there's not really a good defense to play. I just hate playing a defense that I know is going to be super owned. Like,
yeah,
Falcons defense is not going to be 10%. Falcons defense is going to be like 22%.
Ugh. You got some smart people in your chat here. Look at this guy.
I'm gonna do. I think in the bigger red zone, I'm gonna do in the 4,500 one 200K. I'm gonna do Caleb in that. Okay, Kareem Hunt. All right, how's this sim with the Bears D? Bear down. That's what people are saying.
Is this the year?
Golly, that is not particularly great. I don't like that distribution all that much. It's because they think Calcaterra is shit. What about if I do a different running back other than Kareem Hunt? What if I do Javonte and the Texans? Worse. Because Javonte is shocked. It just doesn't. It's not picking up when I'm laying down, Brian. I might play it anyway. I do really want this combination of players.
Do you know what they're doing on the back end? Are they making a field or many fields or what? Or algorithm? Do you have any idea?
If I had to guess, and I don't know, if I had to guess, they are simming fields. It's like I honestly don't know enough about computers to even say this the right way. It's like I think they're simming fields and then inputting your teams against those fields. Does that make sense? Like I don't think they're creating a new field every time I press simulate, but maybe they are. I really don't know. Okay. Let's do the Falcons defense, whatever. It is a good spot. Now let's do Hunt. I'm giving it what it wants. I'm giving it K-Dot and Brian. And it's going to reward me with a 42% sim ROI. I just know it. Yeah, they can't calculate. They cannot account for. Wow, almost to the number. 46%, not 42%.
Sim doesn't know he's wow. That's a pretty nice shape though, huh?
It's all I had to do. All I had to do was give it
What it wanted.
I just had to give it Kate Otten. That's all I had to do.
Ugh. Hate it.
I believe
Higgins
they have a group.
Okay, good.
Okay, there we go. All right, Higgins is out.
Good.
Yeah, Sims. Yeah, the Sims do just love the cash teams with the stack pivot. That's basically
when I first logged on here, I was kind of getting at that point is like the football's got so many donkeys that just playing good lineups probably shows an ROI, a good ROI, and they're probably right. You're not going to win, but because there's just not enough count. Because really, the reason you don't place, good stuff, isn't just to be, different for different sake. It's because you have less combos to compete against. Simple as that. So when
it is so
are already
easy
doing that for you, you're going to do it.
It's so easy to make good teams this week. It's crazy. I mean, Chase, like the real answer to this is that in projections, it's going to make Jamar Chase look way better. In reality, I think it's maybe not so good. Actually, like in the reality, Chase Chase is the most double teamed wide receiver in the entire NFL. Like 30% double teams is insanely high. Like Calvin Johnson is his prime. Wasn't really over 40%.
Isn't that an argument for Burton then, or what's his name then?
Yoshi.
Yeah.
Chase is being doubled on 43% of his routes. It's like an insane number. He's far and away number one in the NFL in getting doubled. All right, guys, whatever. You're watching me do it. I'm clicking the goddamn button on idiot.
Oh wow. That ROI now, like that's the DFS anchoring version of ADP, and
it's sim ROI.
Yeah, it's just an anchor. You can't get away. It's hard to get off. Like, man, it said 42%. The other one said 27%. I got to do this one.
I might go back. I might go back and change it later. From Crane said this to me. It's from PFF.
I need to do some BRs.
Yeah, fire it up.
BRs. But I don't have these combos memorized.
All right, let's build a Caleb shipper.
Yeah, definitely do. You need that.
I came into this week knowing that I wanted to do it. Caleb and DJ Moore. I'm playing Njoku on this team.
So the number one avoid combo in best ball this week, Bowers Brees Hall. 30% almost.
Makes sense, honestly.
So you know who's going off. You know what you should do is go to those combos and then make a DFS lineup.
Play him in salary. Play him in salary DFS.
So here's who you want in DFS. Then you want Bowers, Hall, London, Derrick Henry. That's Kelsey, St. Brown.
Let's do Javonte and Brees. I did Tillman on the last one, so let's do McMillan on this one. Damn, I'm going to end up in a bad salary range here, I think. I'm going to just miss. Yeah, I'm going to just miss the running backs. All right, I'm not playing Brees on this one. Famous last words. No. Actually, let's play James Conner on this one. And then...
Looks like I'm going to get a ton of Chase.
Oh, I mean, the projections think...
It's off the charts, man.
The projections are now going to think that Jamar Chase is like the greatest play of all time. Season long. See, I think in season long you just play Yoshi. Yeah, I think in season long you're just like whatever. He's going to be on the field for 1 billion rounds.
I had to drop Wicks in my keeper league too.
Tough scene.
I know, because he did. I needed a spot, and he did the whole sit out thing. And
he missed whatever.
All right, let's see. Jobs too.
All right, let's see how this sims with. Let's see how this sims with Caleb's running back, and then let's see how it sims with.
I like that shape a lot. What was that?
That was the daily dollar, so that's like a shitty large field one. 27% with Swift and with Kareem Hunt. Brian, how much would you be, and 25% with Hunt, how much would you be trying to not duplicate players across lineups if you were me? Like I'm playing like 8 teams. How much would you basically be trying to do like a whole different player pool?
That's
in each
that's
lineup?
easy. That's easy. 100%.
Yeah.
Almost 100%. But you are no ball. So
Answer this question while I go pee.
never understood why the ownership of, say, those two matters. Sure, Brees and Bowers are owned together 31% of the time, but there are still 4 other rounds. Yeah, yes. Okay, so we talked about this on Thursday. So go watch Davis's Thursday stream with me and Dan. And Dan gives like a perfect explanation as to why. I don't know how deep into it, but it's compared to what? Right. And I'm going to take this off actually. So you can see my face. It's compared, there are no solutions. There's only trade-offs, right? So it's compared to what? So let's say you take Henry, here, let me share this. Let me share the ownership. Davis is back, but hold on. I'm almost done, Davis. Hold on. So
take your time.
If you, so we got, let's say we got Henry, who's a good one here, Henry and Drake London. Okay. You take Henry in 1 and London's probably what, round 2, Davis, maybe 3, something like that.
Yeah.
You got Henry 1. As long as there's a almost equal value on your comeback and London's still there, you don't take him, because you could take London the next time you draft with another combo. So it's always in comparison to what you always just want to take the best pick. So even though you could take good picks 4 picks later, or your next 4 picks, you should also do it in your first 2. It's free. It's like it's free EV. So you would always do it. Yeah, short answer. It's free EV. Whenever you have the opportunity to get free EV, you take it.
Lord knows we need it around here.
Yeah. You need both.
You know what? I'm actually just gonna do a double. I'm gonna do a Caleb double.
So I took third in FanDuel NBA 2 days ago.
Yeah.
50K to first. What do you think third was?
5K.
7.5. Yeah.
Yeah. That's disgusting.
I know.
It's really
unless I win. When I win, I think it's totally fair.
Yeah. Does your stuff think that Dobbins is a good play?
I'm loading it. I'm calculating right now. So you gotta give me.
You know what? I would love to play
3
some
minutes.
Bijan. Actually, I've actually had this question as well. I feel like Sims would be less useful for NBA because you are just so focused on getting the highest projected lineups in.
I have to think about that. Let me think about that for a second. But you guys got to remember, late swap is a huge thing in the NBA. So late swap sim is enormous, bigger than anything in the NFL. But let me think about the other.
Well, yeah, and you're not going to be. I'm assuming most people just re-optimize, not re-sim.
Yeah, but now these tools are coming out with late swap stuff. So when you can like sim a variety of lineups,
I think you gotta pick up Tua, bro. The Mahomes is just tilting me too hard. Yeah, I do think Lucas Kroll is a donkey play, but you might be the only one to play him in a field, so that is probably valuable. Let me check. What do we think Cardi's optimal is? It's gonna be fucking screwy.
Chase, Cade.
Well, it's definitely gonna be Chase.
Love,
Tyreek. I locked Tyreek. Just because there's no point in doing a lineup without him. No, that again, that is very Cardi. That is so fucking Cardi. Double tight end in like a horrible double tight end week. That right there, classic Cardi. Yeah.
I gotta tell Dan to just remove Cardi's numbers from his sim.
No,
Not because Cardi's wrong, but because you just won't accept them.
No, I accept. He's probably right. Bowers should be projected for 18 points. Like Bowers is a fucking grown man. I'm not saying his shit is wrong. I'm just saying I would never do it. Would never play.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, there you go. There it is. It's Lawrence, Pollard, Brees, McMillan, London, Reek, Otten, Bauer. I mean, this lineup is fine, but you just play A-Chain over Bowers. That's all you got to do. There you go. I was right in the middle of this. I was trying to see if there was a way to play Bijan in this lineup. What are the other Tampa Bay wide receivers?
Connor always fucks me.
Connor?
And Javonte, honestly, yeah.
He is in, oh man. Well, I did just figure out how to do it. Trey Palmer. Wait, no, I'm 100 short.
Ugh.
Yeah, 100 short. I'm living the courage of my convictions today. It is National Tight End Day. Do you have a button? Do you have a button for that?
No, it's not in this version.
Damn, dude. You just are not really, you're not committed to winning.
No, I know. Yeah, NFL's kicking my ass. You guys are putting
eating the J.K. Dobbins chalk. Sickening shit. All right, there's my Caleb double. Submitted, entered. What else do I have left to do?
That's free money. Congrats.
Yeah. Cardi does have the 2 tight end button on. That's why he's the best. That's why he's the best, bro. He would never. He would not forget to do that. All right. I always like to do this. I register some of the $5 ones and I just hand build some preposterous shit. Jameis, Judy, Flowers, David Njoku, and Derrick Henry, and A-Chain, and Tyreek, and the Broncos defense, and Elijah Moore. Oh, I can't fit it.
We got A-Chan at 75% projected owned for in BRs. Who said A-Chan in there?
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah. It's probably right though. I would trust it.
No, I agree it's right, but man, that just feels very exploitable. Sterling Shepard. I really wish one of the cheap wide receiver games was in the late window to get some swap equity, but it's not meant to be. All right, there you go. This is and then I like to build this and then see how bad they sim. It's pretty funny. Like the team you think is going to be good when you're hand building it, and then you sim ROI it, and it's like you should just give up. You should literally like you don't know anything. You should probably just retire.
Dan has his new optimal stuff out.
On Endgame.
Yeah, I could tell you or share some of this stuff.
Yeah, hit me.
So the flex stats. Remember we talked about it on Thursday.
Yeah.
It looks like the wide receiver and flex is even lower.
I literally don't think I did one. I don't think I did a single instance of 3 wide receiver, or if I did, it was not on purpose.
Looks like that is the optimal way to play. How many lineups should be unstacked in an equilibrium field? What percentage of the field?
25%.
44 this week.
Wow. So yeah, makes sense. Yeah, it sounds like Jaden Daniels is just playing, brother. All right. Sim this. How bad does the computer think I am?
Right now you should be taking, if you're doing BRs, you gotta get yourself some Daniels.
Wow. They say I don't know ball. I do know ball. Bucky and Zay are active. So this is true. This is true. Bo Nix's parents adopted Tez Johnson, but that's how much he and Troy Franklin love each other. Is that his adopted brother was on the team, and Troy Franklin still got the ball more. That's a real shower narrative.
So Bucky and Zay were both already projected as in, right? Looks like.
Yeah.
So I don't have to change anything.
Man.
Thank God.
Man, I kind of fucked up not getting enough Jaden Daniels.
What is your number?
Like 4% of my teams.
He might get hurt.
he might get hurt. Okay. All right. I've got another red zone team left to do. Brian, is your stuff run?
Man, it's so slow this week because there's so many games, but it's almost done. A few more minutes.
Trying to decide. So I've got, what do I have? I've got a Jordan Love team. I've got a Caleb team.
Let's do a BR team. Let's do like a BR team. BR theme team.
BR theme team. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that in the red zone. I'll do that in one of the smaller ones.
Yeah, like a nothing one.
Well, Jaden Daniels has to be the quarterback, right?
Yeah, so you definitely want Daniels.
Well, but you're losing so much of what you gain in BR actually because he's just going to be owned.
Yeah, no, it's just for fun. I'm just for fun.
Okay, all right.
So McLaurin Daniels, right?
Yeah, McLaurin.
I feel like Drake London should be in there. Like all the guys we were like Gibbs maybe.
Gibbs is a good one.
Gibbs is a good one.
The issue is we're gonna have to save some salary. Well, here we could play calculator.
So like the combo, like Bowers, Hall, London, St. Brown, Kelsey, like you should be avoiding all this in BR. So
let's do Trey Palmer on this one. So I now have one lineup. I now have one lineup. Well, with each of the Buccaneers guys. We had to save salary at one spot.
Who else do they love?
This lineup
they
might
like
not work.
Nixon. They like Kenneth Walker. Kareem Hunt. They love.
Yeah, Kareem Hunt was the big BR play.
That's a BR play for sure. Achan, Njoku.
Here, we'll do Achan. Gibbs, Brees Hall, McLaurin, Christian Watson, Trey Palmer, Crocotera, Achan, and the Bills defense.
That's it. That's the winner. She got two winners now.
We got two winners. I'm kind of low on Bateman today. Tillman is projected to be pretty owned. Not as owned as Yoshi, but pretty owned. Have not heard from Nate or Sammy this morning. Who knows what these dudes are cooking?
They're not gonna start a lineup this week. You just get two bagels.
I am not playing any Jake Bobo. I'm gonna go ahead and flag plant that. No Jake Bobo for me. Not interested. All right, I'm kind of, you know what? Let's go back to the optimizer because this is what I do. This is what I do when I get lost. All right, I'm gonna set up. How many uniques would you run if you were doing me and you were just testing stuff? Would you do like 3 uniques?
No, I would. Yeah, do a little more than that if I was just testing stuff.
4?
4 or 5.
All right. No, I did not. I did not finish my cash lineup. In fact, I haven't even started. I pivoted from the Cowboys to the Chiefs when I moved to Kansas City. The Cowboys were like the worst team of all time, and the Chiefs drafted Mahomes. I've got some Swift in BR. I don't know if I'll play him in this, but let's set up the top double stacks and a bring back. 150 with 4 uniques, double stacks, and I'm going to exclude Jake Bobo because I'm not interested.
I can share my stuff if you want to look.
Share your screen. Wow, you guys are this is deep state secrets right now that you guys are getting to see.
What do we want to look at here? Tight end probably, huh? Yeah, see, I knew it.
Yep.
Disley? I don't like that.
Is Hayden Hurst is going to play, I think. So I think you might have just gotten
I'll have to look at that.
Yeah, I have head-to-heads out every single week. Search my name. I'm in all the lobbies. You can find me.
Pretty flat at RB.
Is this an R Shiny app? I don't even know what that means.
Yes. Yeah, god damn it. So I really don't like this. I like this, I'll tell you. You know, anything Dolphin Attic 16
True.
likes, I want in on. Actually, I'm okay with this.
Hayden Hurst is gonna play, so you should. I just double checked. You should.
Fuck. Okay.
So
maybe I'll just remove those. If let me double check. So
Wiggins is saying in the secret chat, here guys, I'll leak some alpha to you because you guys are here. So Wiggins in the secret Cabal DFS chat is saying that Bo Nix is a great tournament play.
Okay, well that's what my stuff says too. So
all right, well fuck it. So sometimes I do this. I build a totally uncorrelated team just with like my favorite plays at every position and just see how it sims, and sometimes it's good. We could do that with Nix.
So no Disley then at all?
Not with Hayden Hurst in. He's going to run like 18 routes. All right. Let's do Nix. My favorite running back plays are Breece Hall and Devin A-Chain. My favorite wide receiver plays are Tyreek, Chase, and Jalen. My favorite tight end play probably can't fit in this, sadly. Let's do Kyle Pitts and see if we can get anything. It's not gonna work. I guess you could count it as this. I don't think Hurst is definitely in, but he practiced twice this week. Yeah, it sounds like Hurst is almost for sure in.
So this is kind of interesting. My stuff showed only 500 plus EV lineups out of the 60,000 I built.
So that's actually, I
don't know what that tells you, but
so it's very surprising to me that would be true on a 13 game slate with like a bunch of spots. You know what I'm saying? Like there are a bunch, like just as we're going through here, there are like a bunch of spots to check. I actually don't know the answer to this. I don't know if you can play D-Hop in BR even though he's in because he has the out tag. I literally do not know.
Well, they're playing him in Madden. I can tell you that much.
Oh yeah, are the Chiefs even
the
more
Chiefs
annoying
even
now?
better?
Yeah. All right, I think I'm gonna have to start this one over. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get away with Chase in this one. Let's try this one with Jaden Reed. Maybe that'll work. Falcons. It will work with Jaden Reed. And Kareem Hunt. Oh, I can even play better defense too. Bears defense, bear down, baby.
Actually, it's not a bad idea. Jaden Daniels pivot.
All right, not great. I'm not. I honestly don't really track my exposures doing BRs. I'm just trying to draft the best team every time.
Right now, yeah. Like you want
Yeah.
Daniels. Who else do you want? I mean, just go to the ownership that's too low. Like
Yeah.
avoid those combos we talked about, and then just print all the money. The important part is that last bit.
Printing the money.
Printing the money, yeah. Do not forget to do that.
Okay, I'll do my best not to forget. You know what? I'm actually gonna do DeAndre Swift A-Chain and see if I can get to Chase. It's so hard. He's so expensive. Hunter Henry. How's this one gonna sim? Ken Walker gonna outscore Brees with half the ownership. All right. I need to take a break. I gotta figure out what the fuck I'm playing in cash.
Do it.
You got any pointers for me?
No, Davis.
How to win cash games on DraftKings.com. Gotta undo all my settings. See, this is I get way behind doing this. And I forget to turn off settings, then I end up with weird shit. All right, stacks turned off. The only thing I have is I've got an adjusted McMillan projection, I think. Or did it adjust back? All right, whatever, that's fine. I just need to ask ChatGPT.
There you
go. Well, this team looks pretty good. Bo Nix, Brees Hall, Devin A-Chain. Oh, I don't love Waddle. I'll probably play Ladd instead. All right. I think I am going to play Bo Nix in cash, though. What can go wrong?
Quite a bit, probably.
No, so come on. Nothing can go wrong.
Feels wrong, but
I think people are going to play Yoshi, which just feels, gotta be honest, that feels really bad. Damn. All right, I'm a couple dollars short of what would be the optimal team. Is there a cheaper? There's not really a cheaper running back than A-Chain. Is there a cheaper quarterback? Can I play Jameis? Oh, yeah. Solved it.
Okay. No Will Disley for me. Hopefully he doesn't go off.
Jameis, Brees, A-Chain, Reek, Chase, McMillan, Otten, Falcons. Playing Jameis in cash would be an all-timer.
How much does that show influence your pick? You're picking. Like, I don't want to get made fun of.
What? Oh, the Gilcast show? Yeah. Not really that much. Not really that much. It influences how much I want to win. Like, once lineups lock and I'm like sweating, it's like, oh fuck, I really better fucking win in cash because
Is McConkey gonna play?
Yeah. Sounds like he got a full practice in on Friday. I think that right there looks like the team. You're giving up Bo Nix, so you're basically just hoping, but there's not really a pivot.
Did you build that Knicks team? I thought you were going to build a Knicks team.
I never clicked submit because it didn't look that good.
Couldn't do it.
It just didn't. It didn't do what I couldn't get. I couldn't get Tyreek and Chase the way that I wanted. So I figured, what's the point?
Will any Bo Nix team actually look good though?
It's not about. I think Nix is fine. Like I think Nix is a fine play, fine. Like, but I just couldn't get all the guys in that I wanted. I need to save this before I forget. Sometimes I forget, and it'll be like 6 minutes left to lock. Brian, what do you eat on a Sunday? Do you eat fat boy shit?
If I have people over, yeah, I get a pizza for football.
I don't even remember. I literally don't even remember what I was doing. Oh, these are the cash teams. They all are missing Chase. They're just they don't have Chase, man. The top one has Chase, and it's double tight end. I would like to get Knicks in cash. Yeah, I always get Chipotle. I'm gonna get Chipotle. That's a good Sunday. ChatGPT suggested week 8 cash lineup is Daniels, Kyron, Chuba, Justin Jefferson, Deontay Johnson, Juju, Bowers, Mixon, Bengals. So it's just outside. The thing is my top Knicks lineup, like I feel like this top Knicks lineup has two tight ends. All right. Now I really am behind.
Yeah, get all your stuff in.
Well, it's almost more fun this way. Gotta do Bigsby over Chase Brown. Runway is up.
Oh, is it due? Is this due?
It did 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks. And Crane won $30K with 2 tight ends last week.
So you could rationalize that either way. Either it's due if it didn't happen, or it's the meta and you should do it because it did happen.
Bo Nix, Devin A-Chain, Javonte Williams, Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, Cedric Tillman. No, Jalen McMillan. No. Let's do tight end first. David Njoku. And the Bears defense. See, Brian, if you had real opinions about players, it'd be really helpful right now.
You want me to just lie?
Elijah Moore. Damn. No, it's a really uncomfortable salary range. Kyle Pitts. And I wonder what do you have for projected ownership difference between Chase and AJ Brown?
What I don't have anything because I just used RTS and ETR.
Oh yeah. How is the I have Brees in cash. Cash team is fuck. Did I not click save? I knew it was gonna happen. I always do that. No, there we go. Winston, Brees, A-Chain, Chase, Tyreek, McMillan, Otten, Javonte, Falcons. Yeah, 2 tight end is normally good because the 3 tight end ceiling, the 3K tight end can have ceiling that the 3K wide receiver normally doesn't. But this week there are a shit ton of 3K wide receivers with. Holy shit, Jalen Polk is inactive. Wow, that's big, Dusty.
Is it?
I mean, he was there. He was the 37th overall pick in the NFL draft, and he's inactive in his 7th career game.
I mean, for DFS.
Oh no, for our best ball bags, very bad for our best ball bags.
I got it.
All right. If I do Tillman, if we do Tillman, we can do Hunt. There we go. That's a pretty good team. Knicks. I wonder if it'll project better because AJ Brown, right now, ETR has Chase for 18% owned and AJ Brown for 5%. That's a huge fucking discrepancy. A-Chain, Javonte, Hunt. Who do I have a defense? Bears defense. Got Pitts at tight end, so I'm not doing Otten. That feels so good. Just any lineup without Otten, I'm like, that one, at least I can tell myself I've got it figured out. Yeah, this is the 2v2, and it could be Nick's Tillman could be better. Nick's Tillman could totally be better.
Wouldn't you think if you could this good at building a bot that can post and YouTube this quickly, you could like make money other ways?
What do you mean?
Like this bot that we keep banning. It's like takes talent to like code that out, make it work.
Oh, sure. Yeah, kind of interesting. Honestly, yeah. Tillman. All right, Brian. What are your guesses on sim ROI for this team?
Let me see it. So Pitts will keep you down probably.
And Tillman being 17% owned, but not projected that well.
17%.
17%. Yeah, this will probably be negative. It'll probably be negative sim ROI. No, 25%. Very low first percentile, though. What if I do this? This will be giving up a lot of points. He's 4,100. Jesus Christ. Never mind. Who the fuck is Troy Franklin, Peter?
Well, do a naked stack just for funsies to see what it shows. God damn it, this bot is pissing me off. I'm gonna ban him.
I don't think having them together is weird. In fact, I think it's almost great. You just want them to score like 6 touchdowns. I'm Douglas over Rashad Bateman. Pick 2, Shakir and Tillman. Yeah, Tillman. So the question is Knicks, Tillman versus Winston and McMillan. Honestly, could probably split those. Why do I hate? Well, basically, he's a bad player. He's played his whole career and it's like really not done anything. And he, like bad player, 35% ownership, potential disaster spot for the team. Like the Buccaneers could score like 7 points as a team today without their 2 best players. Like it could just be about as disastrous as a disaster gets.
All right, my lineups are in.
What's your big stand on the day?
On FanDuel, I got Pat Mahomes as my QB1 here.
Wow. You know what?
Is that horrible?
What am I doing? What am I doing? It's only money. It's only money. What? I'm starting over again. Mahomes. What am I? This is a potential revenge game spot for Mahomes, and I'm not going to play him. Oh yeah,
and the sim doesn't even have that factored in, Davis. Think about that.
I do need to do this. I do 100% need to do this. Okay. Clear. Starting over. Mahomes, Kelsey. Now we're fucking rolling. Now we're rolling. Tillman, Tyreek, Hunt, A-Chain. Can I fit Brees on this team? Probably not. Falcons. 4,500. It could be generational. It could be
Yeah. It's about time he does something.
He hasn't thrown a passing touchdown this month.
What about to the other team?
I don't think he's thrown a pick six. He leads the NFL in interceptions. Okay, Worthy is not going to fit. Let's just do Javonte. 5.8K for a wide receiver. That's a dusty range for wide receiver.
You got a start sit question.
Brian Robinson Jr. for me. I mean, Nuke is going to be a great fit. Wow, look at this guy. I mean, realistically, yes, Bo Nix projects for more fantasy points than Patrick Mahomes. You do with that information whatever you would like.
You can't bring yourself to even say it.
No, I can't. 5.9K. Damn, this is a brutal sal. I need to save some money somewhere because there's no running backs at this spot. Huh. I guess I could come off. Is there a cheap? There's not a. Well, what does Bobo cost? No, he's not even. There's not even a dead 3K guy. True. Ray Davis or Bucky Irving? Probably Bucky Irving. Yeah, Paul came in and declared a 3 touchdown game for Laporta this week in the Discord. All right. Well, if I play Brees, can I do Judy? Yeah, but I guess you don't want Tillman and Judy. I'm not playing Jalen Coker. Definitely not playing Jalen Coker. No chance. I think I might switch and do. I might do Nix, Tillman, and Cash. Here's the thing, guys. If I'm playing fucking Mahomes, Kelsey is coming with him. That is just the reality of the situation. Is there a min salary defense I can talk myself into? Not really. Not really at all. Brian, what's your top Mahomes team?
Let me look. Mahomes, Taylor, Montgomery. This is FanDuel, but whatever.
Sure.
Mahomes, Taylor, Montgomery, St. Brown, Waddle, Worthy, Kincaid.
It is with Worthy. Okay. Here's what I got to do.
Williams.
Guys, here's what I got to do. I can't figure it out on my own. So this is what I have to do. I have to do the top Mahomes, Worthy, Kelsey, and Tyreek and A-Chain lineup. Well, I won't even include A-Chain. Let's run 150 of these by projection, 50% projection, 50% ceiling. Let's optimize, and then we'll sim around those. And that's how we're going to get rich. It's okay. Well, immediately getting the ick because it's going to give me a bunch of 2 tight end lineups with Kate Otten.
Yeah.
Kate Otten doesn't even know how important he is today. Kate Otten basically is playing for the soul of the world today. He doesn't even know it. He thinks he's just trying to get a win for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He is going to, you know how much sim ROI is going to flip-flop around based on Kate Otten's performances?
That's a good point.
Oh, shit. I have soccer lineups that lock in 15
Yeah,
minutes.
I'm just telling you, don't forget to do your stuff.
Oh, I almost always forget to do sim ranks or swap ranks until the very end. Who's out? I guess T. Higgins is out, so swap ranks actually are important this week. How many did you end up doing? You probably did like 7
Of what?
BRs.
None. I'm going to do it right now unless it's full.
It's not. It's going to overlay.
Yeah, but they close it early too, so I should probably. I'm getting the EQ numbers in there on the caddy, but I'm screwing it up for some reason.
All right, we got him. Let's sim it. Wait, no, I need to avoid tight end and flex, and then do it again. I wish the computer would just know, man.
What you wanted?
I wish the computer would just know not to play Kate Otten.
X amount.
Feels like a pretty reasonable. I did. I just said.
Why does this keep happening?
Yeah. So what it's going to do is it's going to give me wide receiver in the flex, which is fine. Yeah. I mean, literally millions and millions of dollars will be changing hands today. Both real dollars and theoretical dollars actually will be changing hands as a result. Because if a lot of people think like me, he's going to be less owned. But I don't know how many people think through this stuff or they just do what the computer says. You know what I mean?
I think a lot more are doing what the computer says.
Well, if people are just doing what the computer says, then he's going to be Giga Chalk. Highest.
He is Kate Atten, though.
Highest sim ROI lineup that I like is it's all worthy in flex. So it's all worthy in flex. It's basically double. All right. Well, that's fine. And I can always swap. I can swap to Kareem Hunt if I so choose.
All right, I'm ripping a BR. Got all of my stuff in here.
Here, you can share the screen.
All right. I want to make sure it's populating first. Though. Hold on.
I need to A-Chain, Javonte, McMillan, Tillman, Tyreek Worthy. I can't believe that they made Tyreek Hill 7,000. I mean, it's so insane.
Yeah. Well, did they know Tua was coming back? But still.
Yeah, I mean, the team said the whole time. For large tournaments on DK, what do you think about guys with a May Henry? I don't love it. I don't love it, to be honest with you. But go with God, man. I also need a late defense, I feel, to give me more room for swaps if my shit sucks.
We got the influencer pick. We're going Henry then?
Yeah. No, it is crazy that he's $7,000 and he probably won't even be 50% owned and stuff. Pick 2, Ricky Pearsall, Demario Douglas, Christian Watson, Trey Palmer, Douglas and Watson. All right, boys. This is my Mahomes team. Mahomes, A-Chain, Brees, Tyreek, McMillan, Tillman, Travis Kelce, Xavier Worthy, and then I've got enough money to swap if I need to.
It seems like a solid team. Did you just build 3 winners on stream? Live on stream?
God, I hope so. God, we need it, brother. Not gonna win in showdown this morning. Odunze and Noah Brown mini stack. All right, I'm going to do a Stroud double. Diggs, Dalton Schultz, Jerry Jeudy, Sterling Shepard. Oh no, not Jeudy.
I'm in the slowest draft of all time. What the fuck?
Are people are probably they're probably autoing but not pushing the plane. Yeah, well, I think we all knew I was not going to get to noon lock without making a Mahomes team. I think we all felt pretty confident that was not going to happen. Pick 2, Worthy, Watson, McMillan. Honestly, McMillan and Tillman. Shit, I need to check my seasonal lineups too.
Look how sharp your audience is. Another sharp guy here. Stack the Bears.
I do love having co-managers to check start sits for me. Pretty nice. You know what? No, fucking. I already have I don't have any Lamar teams, so that seems bad.
Okay. I'm up on the clock. I got Henry. Jackson's there. See, this is where you got to get different, and I can't, can I?
No, it's very hard. It's very hard to get there. That's why people just play the chalk because it's very hard.
But I will not. I'll take Jackson, but who do I need to not?
You don't want Lamar with Henry.
Well, it's too late. I already did it. God, I gotta scroll down.
Take Jaden Reed.
All right, Jaden Reed. All right. I think he's high too, though. Shit. Let me look.
Jaden Reed is probably high with everyone who knows ball.
No, he's fine. He's fine. Wait, no. Yeah, 20% with Henry.
Makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, you probably want to stay under that. So who do you take there then? So you can't take Bowers, you can't take London, you can't take Devontae.
Well,
I guess Walker was probably the pick then.
Yeah, probably.
Look at it, 14% have Higgins, Henry.
Oh yeah. Well, that makes sense. I mean, that does make sense. All right, I need to. He said, "Sounds like the Thursday stream." Too late. I already did it.
No, I'm Davis. The roles are reversed. You got to pick when you're on the clock. It's tough.
Yeah, it is. All right, NFL drafts completed. Swap rankings. Okay. Henry Chase, Henry Brees, Chase, Barkley. Actually, I want Tyreek just in case. You never know. All right, now this is the question. Who do I want my T. Higgins to swap to?
Oh, God.
Jaden Reed, DJ Moore. Who do I got to... Oh, Marvin Harrison. That's who I'll have a huge position on Marvin Harrison this week.
That actually seems pretty sharp.
All right. Walker, Bijan, Gibbs, Hunt, A-Chain, Dobbins.
I always feel like I'm forgetting something on Sundays.
I mean, I know for a fact I am. You just got to hope it's something that's not that important. Rome or Judy. I'm not playing any of those guys together. T. Higgins is out. Not a Yoshi guy for me. Higgins can swap the Waddle, sure, no problem. Start 2, Brian Thomas Jr. and Javonte. Neighbors and Kamara.
Okay, I took Kareem Hunt and Brian Thomas, maybe? Or Trey McBride. Fuck. This is hard when you're on the clock.
See? Got a lot to balance.
Yeah, I took Trey McBride, but he's 15%.
See, people think it's so easy.
Well, when you have a team of 3 guys talking,
And I'm making timestamps and like banning people from the chat. People, not as easy as it looks.
I agree.
All right, let's check some of the absolute worst fantasy football teams you've ever seen over on the NFFC. And actually, they're not all bad.
Is your season long stuff going bad?
I mean, yeah, basically. Well, it's not as bad as it could be. This team is very good. This team is pretty good. This team, weirdly, is not that bad, but it just doesn't score any points. Like I set our lineup in this league every week, and I'm like, the team's not that bad. Why don't we ever get any fucking points?
Jonathan Taylor's a pretty good pick.
I don't love him this week, but he's fine.
I mean, just for like his ownership versus Dan's optimal. His optimal's higher than his ownership. So Garrett Wilson too. It still loves Evan Ingram.
Of course it does. It's definitely not worth you're gonna lose if you do that. Autoing BR I don't think is a good idea. If you want to auto something, auto NBA. We don't have anything better than Zach Moss and Rico Dowdle. I can see why this team sucks. All right, best we can do. All right, this is the one that's kind of good. Lamar, Montgomery, Swift. Do we play... I think we got to play Judy over Worthy. Do we play anyone over Sam Laporta? Maybe Zach Moss. That's pretty close.
Garrett Wilson, another leverage play in BR for people still getting lined.
Favorite defense this week are the Broncos and Troy Franklin. Or Broncos and Troy Franklin. Broncos, Falcons, Chargers. You know what? I am going to bench Sam Laporta for Ricky Pearsall. A Drake May team. I'm not playing Drake May. I'm playing Caleb. James Conner, Javonte, Jalen McMillan, Keenan Allen, Justin Jefferson, Trey McBride, Devontae. Well, easy to see why this team is bad. Too many Bears, Brian. Too many Bears on that team.
Well, it'll come through for you eventually. It has to.
All right, guys. I'm making the swap in cash. I'm doing Nix and Tillman. Bo Nix, Breece Hall, Devin Achane, Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, Cedric Tillman, Cade Otton, Javonte Williams in the Falcons defense.
That's your cash team?
That's my cash team. Very few swaps available, which I don't love.
I got the 1.1 again.
The issue is that Beedriz, is that Sam Laporta stinks. Let's check. So some of these FFPC teams are okay. Some of them are not so good. This team is terrible. Drafted this one with Evan Silva, JJ Zacharyson, Pat Thorman, and Rich Rebar, and it is just god-awful. Bo Nix. No other running back for us to start. Sure. Pitts over Mooney for sure.
Do you think Jamar Chase should be the number one overall in BR now?
Yeah, I've seen some people taking him that way. I think it's probably pretty close. I would say he or Henry, honestly. You know what? These teams are so fucking bad. I don't even care. Do you know how obnoxious it is to spend $2,000 on a fantasy team and for it to be fucking dead in week 8?
I've only done that once.
Doesn't feel very good, man.
No.
This team could pip a win. This team could come back. Hank Bigsby. Jordan Addison, not great. Thanks for nothing, buddy.
I did a $2,000 high stakes poker team back in the poker days with A.E. Jones and a bunch of other poker pros.
Oh, yeah?
And he fucked up the settings. And so, like, you could pick up waivers at any second.
Yeah, first come, first serve.
And these guys, I figured they'd, like, suck because, you know, they're poker players and they wouldn't pay attention. And they're just picking guys up, like, instantaneously. Yeah, I was like, dead from the start.
Nick Spreece, A-Chain, Javonte, Reek, Chase, Tillman, Cade, Falcons. Still have not heard from Nate or Sammy. Honestly, I don't remember. Let's go figure it out.
I went Henry, Devontae, and Njoku. 1, 2, 3.
Henry and Njoku, that is going to be super combinatorially non-unique.
Well, for the picks up here, it was one of the lower ones.
Yeah, you got to scroll more.
I mean, how much scrolling can I do? I mean, I did Adams.
Oh, my number one pick was who was my number one pick was the Bills. I got Chase Brown over Rashad. I prefer my ranking is McMillan, Tillman, Shepard, Moore, Palmer. That's it. 80 Mitchell. No 80 Mitchell for me, but hey man, I want everyone to go with God. Troy Franklin will be like 2% owned. Should be close to 0. His salary is too awkward. It's not even that he's a bad play. Troy Franklin, 2.3% projected ownership. 80 Mitchell anytime TD bet as a system play. Oh yeah, we have Brian. We have a team that has the worst team name that has ever existed in fantasy football.
What is it?
Well, we changed it. This team right here, this awful fucking team. One of my idiot co-managers named it Hawk Tua, which is like the worst. It's so I just like made him change it. I was like, I can't look at that every single week.
Yeah, that is bad. That bit was funny for like 5 seconds.
Although, shout out to that girl for just being famous, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that feels.
You ever think that it's a psyop?
That's what I was just gonna say.
You ever think it's like her, like somehow like her great granddad was like a Hollywood mogul? You know,
yeah,
like
her uncle's in the CIA.
Her stepfather is in the Biden administration.
Yeah, they're there to take down RFK. Obviously, you know they're trying to get him from within.
I mean, RFK should have went on her. Trump should go on her podcast.
Ugh.
Kamala probably will.
She better go now. It's almost over.
People think it's a psyop. People believe it's a psyop.
Taking an unstacked Hurts, is that the worst? Is that the worst BR team of all time?
No, unstacked Hurts. Unstacked Hurts has to be good.
Okay.
Because think about how often he's paired with AJ Brown. I can just show you from last week. I can show you why it's good. So Hurts on non-stacked Hurts teams. He was on 2,830 teams uncorrelated. And then if you do him with just AJ Brown. So there was more AJ Brown and Hurts teams than completely uncorrelated AJ Brown teams, or completely uncorrelated Hurts teams last week.
Yeah, we have Hurts Brown at 43% combinatorial projected.
Yeah, that makes complete sense.
Should I go Javonte, Kamara, Jacobs, Connor? Who's my last RB here?
James Conner.
All right. Oh, well, you just won me $50K. Appreciate it.
Oh, I hope you do. I mean, I hope one of us wins $50K. Although I don't actually hope that it's you. Caleb. No, Tua today. Yeah, did you see this? Did you see Taylor Mathis tweeting about how bummed out her life is and that motherfucker is not real gal from the plane?
Yeah.
What a saga.
Yeah, you love it.
Incredible. Yeah, I think there's some overlay out here.
What do you think the over-under is on Taylor Mathis starting on OnlyFans?
I think she'll just bounce back. I think that she's just going to end up being fine, honestly.
I don't think so.
She committed some light crimes.
Yeah, but no one will want to hire her. She's got to do something.
I mean, someone will hire her. You're telling me the Action Network won't hire her?
I mean, Run Pure would hire her.
Yeah, come on. There's never been a more match made in heaven.
I got the 1-1 I get 3 times in a row.
All right, guys. I did just get the invite to the Gilcast 3-man from Nate. So he is. I have convincing evidence that he's alive. But he just doesn't want to tell me who he's got. Yeah, here's the thing: is she Team Run Pure or Ship It Nation though? Is she more of a hoop guy or a big T guy?
Whoever
Have you thought about that? Have you thought about if all that's a psyop?
What? The Run Pure Ship It Nation?
No. Have you thought about if the Taylor Mathis thing is a psyop?
Oh, what would it be for though?
Make crypto illegal.
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna try, you gotta put a big
Kyler over Bo Nix.
What about this? Make simping illegal. How do you feel about that, Davis?
Absolutely, that should be illegal. Save people from themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I can only do so much, on Madden.
You take no pleasure in it.
I take no pleasure in it, but I can only play so many people and humble them to stop being simps.
I think Kyler is underplayed in UD this week. Yeah, there's a Hawk Tua team in every fucking ESPN league in America.
Yeah, we said that earlier. The Kyler Harrison stack seems pretty good based on the ownership projections. I just want Jamar Chase with the 1.1.
Ball. Yeah, I'm very high on. Yeah, what's your playbook in Madden?
Seattle.
Is that the common one?
I imagine some people use it. No one uses my formation though.
What's your secret formation?
It's a doubles flex snug.
Wow. So the Wildcat did fill.
They're pretty good at pricing those. Okay, so I'm assuming Chase should be. Let's see here. No Gibbs, no A-Chain, no Brown. I can do Could do Kenneth Walker. Yeah, he's kind of high owned too.
I don't like Kenneth Walker in this stuff.
Kelsey. I could do
Yeah,
Kelsey.
all the demons, all the demons are on Mutt. No competitive Madden player plays regular.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not true.
I don't know, man. Feels like you got a challenger.
Diggs. You do Diggs. Who's talking? I was drafting. Who's
you know what? I'm
hoping.
hoping people play this 2 tight end team against me. If I lose, I lose, but I am hoping that people play this Kate Otten team against me. Yeah, Kirk Cousins could definitely have a 400-yard pass. I mean, he could go.
Maybe 500.
509. I mean, that's what he had in the last one, so let's just pattern match. What if I win the Badge Bros Brawl? Can I put that on my tombstone?
Am I taking Burrows in the 6th or the 5th?
Sure.
Which one? 6th or the 5th?
I got Jaden Reed over Wilson.
Or should I do Jaden Daniels?
Hank Bigsby is kind of a fun play today. Brock Bowers could definitely do that today. I see no reason why that's not true. Bowers could definitely have 500 yards and 16 touchdowns. It just feels pretty straightforward.
Well, it looks like I was right.
Getting my Cardinals exposure in the Badge Bros Brawl overlay. Oh, I got a DM from Pete. Convincing evidence that Pete is paying attention this morning.
What happened? Anything interesting?
We have a co-owned main event team that we have to decide Cedric Tillman versus Ray McLeod. You too could live the thrilling life of a fantasy football tout and have stuff like that preoccupy your days. Pick 2, 0.5 PPR, Dowdle, JSN, Worthy, Wicks. JSN and Worthy. JSN is a crazy sneaky play in this stuff today. He could lead the entire slate in targets, I think. All right. Cole Kmet. No, Taysom Hill. I'll be the only one in the Badge Bros Brawl with Taysom Hill. Oh, Brian, I thought you were just going to pop in for a second. You hung out all morning.
Yeah, I just got in too deep. Now I'm drafting teams, and I can't.
Now you're drafting teams.
I'm
not playing Drake London at all and stuff today. So, do whatever you want to do with that. You can do that with what you will.
So with my last pick, should I just take Burrow with Chase, or do I get crazy and take Daniels and do it unstacked?
You should just take Daniels.
You think so?
I think Daniels. You should just be like entering in drafts to take Daniels right now.
That seems crazy to me, but fuck it.
You just don't get. How often do we get opportunities like this in fantasy?
Yeah, but I have Chase.
So you're just hoping.
Yeah, I mean Chase can get like 1 touchdown, 120 yards or something,
or 2 touchdowns and 180 yards. But Burrow throws for 250 and 2.
Right. And Daniels runs into or something.
Yeah, Falcons are the best DraftKings defense under 3K. All right. Wow. The people enjoyed you being on. This is a very high concurrent number. Normally I'm like 350 or 400. We're at 501.
Nice.
How many subs did we get? Sit one. Wandale, I think. Pains me more than it pains you. I mean, I get it. I mean, to me, that's too far deep in the player pool to click on Mostert, but
Well, you had me start him in my home league.
it's a different game, bro. Well, I was about to enter this squib kick, but it filled. There's nothing left for me to draft. I've already done all these.
Yeah, you're filled with BRs.
Yeah, filled with BRs.
Do you want to draft with me then?
Yes. Yeah, sure. Share your screen.
All right. Well, this one's almost done, but
And I need to order my Chipotle. It's the most important part of the day. Chargers defense cash is fine.
So, like, if you look at the second number, that's Dan's optimal. This is the drafted percentage, and this is the team total. So I'm trying to take guys whose optimal is better than their ownership, but also that we aren't high combinatorially owned. So that's how I got to all these guys.
Yeah. Are you trying to do that with every pick?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy, but just a little scroll down. If
2 in PPR, but play Lad over Rome. Oh, the people want it. Well, Brian doesn't do pick'ems. He doesn't like to gamble. You know, Brian plays it by the book.
I'm gonna gamble with Jaden Daniels.
True.
Unless I get sniped here by dim sum.
People are not thinking with their noggins, man.
Dan only has Daniels at 21% optimal. That's got to be wrong.
That's got to be he's only got it in one projection source or something.
Maybe. Yeah, like somebody has him out. I got the influencer 1.1, 3 picks, three drafts, 3 picks in a row.
They love you. Any solid first-time TDs? Yeah, Xavier Worthy in the Chiefs game. Or Noah Gray actually in the Chiefs game is a funny one. I bet they make BR $5 next week. I bet anything.
Back to 30K first.
Back to 30K for first. Yeah. Yeah, they almost have to.
They hire the walking bets girl. Maybe they can get more users.
That would be. I mean, that underdog. They hire everyone. They can't hire the walking bets girl. Start one. I would start Dell. All right, you got the 1-5. You gonna take Tyreek?
Looks like I just don't want Barkley. He's the only one.
How many weeks in a row is Barkley going to have to show the nerds the truth? You know?
Apparently, one more.
It's like he owns us all the time, and yet we keep coming back for punishment. We go, this time it'll work. This time it'll work. To not play Saquon Barkley. Buddy, they will never do this. They will never, ever do a $10 main.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. The 7 is honestly pushing it.
Mm-hmm. It makes it so much more expensive to max.
Right. Yeah. I was thinking 6 and then cut off the minimum payoff a little more.
Could do that. I mean, yeah, no one. Although the types of people who are maxing BR care a lot about how much money they are getting back.
What am I taking here now, Davis? Can't take it.
Take Kelsey.
Holy shit, that's a scroll down.
Oh no. Take AJ Brown. Okay. I thought you'd already made your first pick.
All right, AJ Brown. Let's look at the combos here.
Week 2 last season main was $10. Yeah, I guess you can do it week 1 or week 2. Tyrone Tracy over Tillman. Now take Kelsey.
Okay. Wait, unless they're owned together a lot. 18%.
Amari Cooper.
It's not too bad, I guess.
Never mind. Actually, people are there are some back channel info I'm getting that it actually might be $10 next week.
Oh, really? Okay. Are they going to try the 100K?
I don't know.
Huh?
Or
Yeah.
maybe they're saying NBA. I don't know, but I just got a message in one of my chats that they're saying Maine might be. I think they're talking about NFL though. So
Kelsey Brown's the second highest Kelsey combo. Damn it.
So $1,500 to max BR. They're gonna get me to, they're gonna get me to fucking hit the deposit button. I hate that.
That's a little pricey.
I hate depositing. I just especially with no deposit bonus. I'm just so opposed to it conceptually.
I feel that.
I think this is bad, but do whatever you want. I would not play. I have Tillman over Yoshi Voss, but what do I know? I'm just a guy.
I thought girls were banned from watching this show, Davis.
It's simple process. I just got to win some money this week. I just got to win BR this week. What are my exposures? Let's check my exposures. Who do I need? Who do I need this week? A-Chain's my number 1. Kelsey's 2. Reek is 3. DJ Moore is 4. Jaden Reed's 5. Jamar Chase is 6. So I need those guys to score a lot of points.
Who am I taking here? Bijan and Kelsey. Kelsey is 1, 2, 3, 4.
Are you wanting to start scrolling?
7, 8. The 8th highest combo for Kelsey is Bijan. That's not like too bad. He's not really owned with Hunt.
Yeah, but
is that too much?
I probably do Jaden Reed here.
Let's see.
I would bench.
Yeah, Jaden Reed's fine. They're not super.
I would bench Garrett. I would bench Garrett Wilson, Dylan.
You're talking to me about Reed, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Here are. Oh yeah, you should take A-Chain.
Let's look at the combos here. Yeah, that looks. Yep, that's pretty good actually. Okay.
And then you take Jaden Daniels and another running back. You can push the plane. Quarterbacks, I have more of the field than Lamar. I've got a lot more of Kyler than the field. Kyler at 9%. I'll be one of the no real stands other than that. Pretty big stand on Javonte. Pretty big stand on Hunt. A lot more Connor than the field. A lot more Tank Dell than the field. A lot more Marvin Harrison Jr. than the field.
Am I doing Javonte? I guess got picked. I mean, if Bijan falls to the 5th, I kind of got to take him, right?
Yeah. Do Bijan and then Daniels and press the plane. You probably don't do that. I press the plane for my 6th round pick every time.
And then that's probably just a guaranteed 50K if that happens, isn't it?
Well, I mean, think of your leverage that you're getting.
Yeah, I mean, you got to take. I'm going to get sniped here, but is there some news or something with him? What's going on?
With who?
Robinson. This feels like a pretty big fall.
Everyone's just colluding. I don't play the dog bowl because winning a trip to leave my house. Who wants to do that? Is that really an award?
Something.
Wow,
you
might have just gotten the shipper.
Yeah,
I think this might be the fucking wow.
It's a
All right,
shipper.
I
All right.
get if this team wins, I get 5%. Obviously,
You should email Underdog. Tell them we want to withdraw your full 150.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, the winner's
actually don't
already
wanna
out
play.
there. Okay, one more before
One more, yeah.
last one. Let's damn it. Yeah. Okay. Not one more. It's full. Or we're done.
They don't let us play anymore.
No, they stop. They gotta check for cheaters.
I have to I get these invites to games.
Oh yeah, you gotta play that. That's probably all plus EV stuff.
You'd think. But they all get to know what I'm playing, Brian.
So when you have the nuts, who cares?
Yeah. But it is funny is that people get to watch this show and then they get to be like, oh shit, I'm playing against this guy. This guy sucks. No, I do think today is a plus EV day to play because people are playing basically they're playing Njoku over A-Chain. And I mean, I guess it could happen, but I like that team.
I mean, you got to get some weird ass teams if you're playing against random people's head to heads, right? They got to be some weird.
Yeah, I mean, people by and large, like, they play pretty good, I would say.
Have you noticed that change in over the years?
Last 2 years, really. Even the worst player is like much more directionally accurate than they were. Like who even knows how to register into a cash game and they don't know the right structure?
I mean,
I
don't know why it wouldn't happen 3 years ago, but
I got a $50 one here. Don't get these that often. So I guess really I'll just be losing today if David Njoku scores more than A-Chain, I'll lose. Tough way to make a living, boss.
I think we found our first TD bet then. Njoku.
Oh yeah. All right. Let's I gotta have a good boost or something. I'll fire one more pick'em and then I'll order Chipotle and I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
Damn, I don't even have a boost, bro. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, don't do it.
I do like this though. I do like Anthony Richardson over 7.5 pick'ems. I like A-Chain more than Bijan at his price. And that's it. A gimme pick is not the same. A gimme pick is not the same as a boost. The boost changes the EV. I got Tank over Worthy. All right, Brian, do you want to send people to the Endgame Syndicate for anything?
Endgamesyndicate.com. We got Thursday show, Davis. I think that's a good show. People should watch if you're interested.
People do like it.
Strategy and stuff. Endgame Syndicate, YouTube, DraftKings.com.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's get out of here. I used the 50% boost already, obviously. Guys, who do you think I was fucking born yesterday? You think that there's ever been a boost on this website that I've not done? All right, everyone. We'll be back tonight for the Gilcast. So the Gilcast will be happening when the games end. I wish you all a great amount of luck today. If you are new here to the channel, please subscribe. Wow. My money issues are solved. Wounded Geese is going to front me the bankroll for the next 9 week of BRs, and I'll do a 60-40 split. I am interested. Please DM me. Well, if I win this week, I'm not interested. So I'll speak to you. All right, everyone. Getting out of here. Have a great day. Later.